Toast. Hello, welcome. I am so excited Steins Gate is working again, and I'm sure you are too. So happy we can be back to our silly little game. I guess not so silly. I guess occasionally silly. Let's get into this. Okay, so we have 3 more world lines to continue into. There's Suzuha, Mr. Braun, built with love, and Ferris Nyan Nyan. I feel super inclined to pick Ferris because Ferris, superhero Chenwa, which is in 3. Which I guess, yeah, we still don't know too much about that world line. Like, even though we were there with Daru, you know. I guess series of world lines, rather. Brown's also in that set, too, though. Suzuha is the only one in the world line that we're familiar with. Ghostly Rendezvous. I feel like Ferris is the most promising for wholesome times. Unless you feel like going straight into heartbreak, which I feel like Suzuha with her ominously named one will probably be the most. I just realized the repeating numbers, that's interesting. Oh, that's weird. I gotta think about that. That's interesting. Why is Suzuha 337337? I'm overthinking the numbers, but like that's weird. Like I don't think any of them have like repeating numbers like that, right? Well, that one is also 337. Well, that's 337. This is... Again, I add is. So that means these two are definitely closely related. Wait, does that mean Alpaca Man is gonna be in this one? Alpaca Man is probably part of that one. Let's just go for Suzuha, I guess, then, because she's already at the top anyway. Start the scenario? I guess so. Ghostly Rendezvous. I'm so glad the game's working. It wasn't a dream. I'm still half asleep, but I know it wasn't a dream. Last night was fun. At least until partway through. I might not have been able to find Dad at the time machine offline meet, but Okaver and Taro and the others call me one of their friends. One of their allies. Ugh. With them the storm came, and the rain was terrible. The evening was a blast, but I slipped out early. I had a bad feeling about things. So do I. Up on Radicon's roof was my time machine, busted. All because of the choice I made. The time machine broke because I decided to make a stop in 2010 to look for my dad. I can't head further back into the past. I screwed up. I screwed up. I screwed up. That's all there is to it. I don't know how to fix the time machine. Only how to use it. That's why when I saw that on the way back, the shock was so intense that I assumed it was just a hallucination. I'm probably asleep and this is all a dream. Once I wake up, everything will vanish. That's what I thought. And that's what I wanted. Then I never have to see that ever again. That's what I thought. That's what I wanted. And now it's the morning. I'm in the tent I put on the lawn in the corner of Kitanomaru Park, where I always spend the night. I awaken from my slumber and peek my face out from the tent. Ugh. Great. Huh? Huh? What? Huh? Why is True Ending Suzuha here and Ferris infected Suzuha? Huh? I agree with shocked Suzuha here. Morning, breakfast is ready. It's time to wake up, master. Rise and shine. I didn't think anything was gonna top Alpaca Man. I underestimated Steins Gate, I guess. But unfortunately, that's still here. And by that, I'm referring to these other versions of me. I say versions because there are two of them. Uh-huh. The one in the military uniform is the first other me, also part of the true ending. She seems uptight and serious. I don't blame her. I'm pretty sure she's a real soldier. She is. I can tell by the way she holds herself. The one in the maid outfit is the second other me. Suddenly everything makes more and less sense. Does it? She seems super carefree. She's likely just an ordinary citizen. I can tell by the way she holds herself. Yesterday on the way back from discovering that the time machine was broken, the two of them suddenly appeared near me. I have no clue why. Before I knew it, they were just there. And they're still here. If I'm not hallucinating anyhow. You need something stronger than dog food, but you think you'll settle? Honestly, yeah, same. What's wrong? Feeling unwell? We are getting mail. You've got mail. Shamayuri, can you please help? Well, actually, I don't know. Good morning, Suzu-san. Yesterday was super fun. Let's talk again sometime. Also, I'd be really happy if you let me rub your belly again, huh? Oh. Not exactly, but I like how I'm like, oh yeah, it's Suzuha, ghostly rendezvous. This is gonna be tragic, and it's just this nonsense. Just... I hope you're okay. You were pretty soaked yesterday. Soaked? Oh. Maybe you caught a cold? Like, soaked. Being soaked is a normal thing in certain circumstances. I can't speak, though. But, like, if it was raining, yeah, that makes sense. And I'm fine, I think. Thanks. How is this already sillier and more unhinged than fucking Alpaca Man? I don't know. I really don't know, man. It just is. It's a strange feeling to hear words of concern from someone with the exact same face as yourself. I can only imagine, Suzuha. If you're still feeling drowsy, how about washing your face? It's okay. I'm awake. It's all working up in the old noggin. I just can't keep up with this situation. I don't blame you. My sense of smell is working just fine too. Thanks for the update. Yeah, not even Doherty's story reached Alpaca Man Heights, Sicilian. That was Doherty's story, yes. This does make me concerned for whatever the other world lines in this game are gonna be like, though. Because this is, like, only the 4th one, so there's, like, still 6 other ones. If that's how maths, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, because there's 10. And we've already done 3. A pleasant scent wafts its way to me. It's coming from the miso soup that the military me cooked up. Is this seriously all you made? Rice and soup is plenty. You gotta be kidding me. No way. It's all working up in the old noggin. But I still can't follow their conversation. Into the Suzu-verse. So true. Suzuha, don't tell me you agree with her. Oh, you know what? I did pause with the number of the divergence. Does it repeat because there's more than one Suzuha? Is that what that's reflecting? It could be. Are there any more divergences with 337? I'm going to just assume it's going to be nonsense again. Anyways. Suzuha, don't tell me you agree with her. The military me refers to me as Suzuha. Mm-hmm. I'm tempted to ask who she is if I'm Suzuha, but I hold my tongue. Catgirl Suzu. Catgirl made Suzu. Ferrisified. Instead of Yasified, it's Ferris. I think it's plenty fine. A feast even. Oh dear. A feast? How? You two are nuts. You don't have to eat it if you don't like it. Why do you have to be like that? All I said was that it's not enough. I didn't say I wasn't gonna eat. You're pretty spoiled, aren't you? She's in a made-out dress, like... the same. I got no complaints. Mind if I dig in? Be my guest. Cheers. She said thank you, but okay. The military me skillfully scoops and serves me some miso soup. It looks hot. And take a sip. This is good. One sip is all I need to appreciate the flavor. There's nothing extravagant, but the dashi balance is perfect. I'll go by Rintaro and the others once brought me to a gyudon place before, and this might actually be better than the soup I had there. I'm glad you like it. I figured that my own taste would be fine, but I couldn't be sure until you tried it. I mean, you're all Suzuha, so... we might have the same taste in food. You know, being Suzuha and all. Just because we look the same doesn't mean our tastes will line up perfectly. I mean, true, but... that sort of thing depends on what one grew up eating. Still, there doesn't seem to be much of a difference between the three of us. I mean, you're all Suzuha, so... well, I guess it tastes good. Despite her complaints, the maid me nods in agreement after taking a sip of the soup. Good soup. Said the same girl who was just complaining. I'm not complaining now, am I? Considering this miso soup is totally real, it's probably safe to say that these two aren't just figments of my imagination. Granted, there's also the possibility that the miso soup isn't even real. That is true for better or worse. But for now, let's just assume that these two really are here. In that case, I need to figure out just what the heck is going on. Please do, Suzuha. So... what should I call you two? You wanna know my name? I'm Suzuha. Just call me Suzuha. Looks like the maid me doesn't quite understand what I'm getting at. I'm already assuming that all three of us are named Suzuha. I'm also Amane Suzuha. So are you, yeah? The military me glances over at me. So we're all Suzuha. Uh-huh. This is going to make things real confusing real fast. That's a good point. Yeah? Not at all. It's pretty axiomatic, actually. Where's Yufumichu when you need her for big, complicated words? Oops. Axio what? Same. It means something obvious, or without needing to be said. Well, I didn't think it was obvious. I didn't either. Well, the meaning of the word anyway. I can tell. Okay, stop being mean to other Suzuha. Do either of you have any good ideas about how to sort this situation out? I personally think you should be Suzuha. Over like an axiom, self-evident or unquestionable. Gotcha. Don't know what an axiom is, but that's okay. We can carry on from the big vocabulary word of the day. Presumably. There might be more. Me? How come? Because you're the original Amane Suzuha of this world line. Gotcha. Simple enough. But is she though? Cause she traveled, like she time traveled to get to where she is now. So she's not the original Suzuha of this world line. She's from a different one. You all are. Whatever. Though to be honest, it's unclear if I'm really the original Amane Suzuha of this world line. In fact, it's impossible to prove. Yeah. My memories from yesterday are consistent, though. Which means there's a decent chance that I'm who she says I am. Just to test that theory, I pulled the divergence meter out from inside the tent. It's 0.337337%. Is this the same value as yesterday? My gut tells me that it is, but I can't be sure. I was told to not carry this on me, so... Only Okabe Rintaro, creator of this handy little device, could perceive changes in the value anyway. Then does that mean I'm not Suzuha? But I totally am. I don't get it. The other versions of me carry on the conversation as I glance down at the meter. The both of us are strangers here. But I'm still me. I'm Suzuha. Look, I don't doubt that you're Amane Suzuha in some other world line. We're just talking about designations for each other while we're here. Designations? What's that? No dear. It's like a type of name. I don't really get it. Is it kind of how, like in games, monsters will call in help? Would that make us Suzuha 1, Suzuha 2, and Suzuha 3 then? What are you even talking about? I know you are, but what am I? Huh? Alright, settle down. Suzuha, I want to know the divergence value for this place. I left the meter and show it to her. Well, what is that? It's called a divergence meter. I guess the maid me has never seen this before. But the military me seems to be familiar with it. Effectively 0%. I wonder what it was for our world lines. I won't say anything. We can't actually perceive changes in value. Were you never told that? Alright, let's just designate this place as the World Line Alpha. In other words, you're the Amane Suzuha of World Line Alpha. Why is it just the little character? Goddamn. The military me points at me. From now on, as a stopgap measure, I'm Beta, and designate her as other Greek letter. What's the stopgap? It means quick and easy. So she's Alpha, you're Beta, and I'm Gamma. Okay. Gotta test my listening skills there. It feels like I'm last. That doesn't seem right. They're just code names. There's no meaning to the order. I mean, there is meaning to the order, but, you know, you guys don't know that. Which means I'm free to change it then, right? Sure. Then I'm Suzuha. Just plain old Suzuha. Oh dear. Not happening. Why? Because her designation is I'm Suzuha. I'm guessing she means me. But I don't get why she gets to be Suzuha and I don't. This is going nowhere. I'm gonna have to suggest a compromise. In that case, I'll just go by Alpha. I'm Alpha. You're Beta. The maid is Suzuha. There. Now we all should know who we're talking about to. Ugh. No. You have to be Amane Suzuha. Okay, stop. Compromise. But I wanna be Suzuha. The freaking matching poses. I don't mind being Alpha. Sorry, but no. Who put you in charge? Looks like the military me isn't going to budge. So now we're just glaring at each other while we try to figure out a solution. If you don't like Gamma, how about... Huh? Omega, okay. Thank God. Alpha is the first letter, while Omega is the last. Omega. That sounds pretty cool, but I still prefer Suzuha. The argument continues like this for a while. I can only imagine. Though to be honest, I couldn't care less at this point. We could probably just get by calling each other Suzuha or you. But Beta is now fixed on calling the other one Omega, and she's fixated on being called Suzuha. In the end, the military uniformed me proves to be the more adult of the two. How about this? You're Alpha. Beta looks at me and says this. I'm Beta. Beta turns to the maid me. And you're Suzuha. However, in my mind, I'll still be thinking of you as Omega. Okay. Is that okay? No objections here. I don't get what you mean, but sure. This long and ultimately pointless conversation finally comes to an end. Who knew figuring out names could be so stressful? I know a thing or two about figuring out names, but it's normally not with other copies of myself. Having a conversation with yourself is pretty exhausting. The two of them look exactly like me, but they're surprisingly different on the inside. I suppose just figuring out that alone made the morning worthwhile. Additionally, I've also discovered that nobody else can see these two. Suzuha, are you okay? That sounds like their hallucination, sweetie. Thanks to that, I'm able to comfortably go to work with the two of them tagging along. Nothing quite like avoiding the boss man's rage. And it's also nice to have some company, even though there are no customers. I don't have to sit around bored. What sort of store is this? The maid me, I also decided to call her Omega in my mind, is restless. Her constant wandering to and fro is starting to make me feel tired. Seems like it deals in selling older model televisions. On the other hand, the military me is standing at attention while surveying the lay of the land. Televisions? These are TVs? The TVs of this time period sure are bulky. As far as I can tell, They're old even for this era. So why are they selling them? Probably nostalgic value. You know, retro stuff. Like that jersey Suzuha's wearing. Huh? I'm not wearing good jersey. I mean Suzuha Alpha. Oh, that's Suzuha. Okay, I feel like the phone notification's still kinda loud. Okay, Luca. Thank you for yesterday. Hi, this is my first time messaging you. I'm Yurishibara Luca. We met yesterday. I was really happy to hear you compliment my cooking so much, Amane-san. Thank you so much. No. It was delicious. Thank you for the message. The curry you made was so good. It's definitely my personal top 3. Keep this a secret. But it was even better than my mom's cooking. Great Ooh, no, I want to read it! Oh, there we go. Let me read the rest of it. It won't let me read the rest of it. Whatever. Great tasting food is common in this area that I'm gonna end up whatever. Bleh. This really is confusing. What's with you, part-timer? Get it together. Sorry, boss man. Were you up there making a racket with Okabe and the others yesterday too? Only for part of the night. After that, I ducked down and went to Radikan, only to discover that my time machine was broken. Then you got some sleep, yeah? There's a bigger problem than that. No, a bigger problem, eh? Sounds tough. Hey, boss man. Have you ever seen, like, multiple versions of yourself before? The hell are you going on about? Is this some new urban legend or something? I doubt you'll believe me, but I can see them right now. I assumed he'd get mad at me for screwing around, but the boss man takes my statement surprisingly seriously. 2 other versions of you, yeah? Sounds kinda like a ghosting effect. Ghosting effect? TVs these days are well made, so it doesn't happen all that much anymore. But it's happened a lot back in the day. Huh? You're talking about TVs? Who the hell do you think I am? Of course I'm talking about TVs. Good point. No matter as I look across the interior of the store, feeling I have a little choice but to agree. So, what's a ghosting effect? Consider this. An antenna is picking up signals coming straight for it, but also signals that you're bouncing off of mountains and buildings. Naturally, you get some lag. Some time lag, I can read. Yeah, which means you get the original image, but also images on the left and the right. That's what the ghosting effect is, though I'm sure you youngsters may have never seen it before. Can't say I have. Well, technically it ain't a matter of left or right, it's actually the front and rear. The image on the left is actually the front ghost, while the one on the right is the rear. I feel like this is definitely not the voice I gave to Noji before, but I don't remember, it's been too long. A ghosting effect. But that way, my situation certainly sounds similar. Ultimately, what's happening to me in reality isn't going to be one-to-one with the TV-related phenomenon, but I'm not gonna sweat the details. Does that mean Beta and Omega are possible versions of me in different world lines? Like different versions of me are suddenly overlapping? which led to the front and rear ghosts appearing. If that's true, and I'm Alpha, Omega and Beta might not be bad destinations for the others. Omega, the maid me, is the front ghost. Beta, the military me, is the rear ghost. Despite how crazy this all is, giving them those names makes it an easier pill to swallow. It's past noon. Receiving mail? From who? Luca again. You're embarrassing me? Oh no. It's a little embarrassing to get complimented that much. I can't read. I'm going to end up being really nervous the next time I see you. Cooking is a hobby of mine, so seeing others enjoy the stuff I make just fills me with joy. I'll bring some for everyone at the Bronze workshop next time. No. Very good. Okabe Rintaro suddenly swings by. Morning, part-time warrior. Okabe Rintaro appears to be trying to act calm, but I can tell that something's off. Yo. I reply to him like usual. Slacking off. Not like there are any customers. But there are two other versions of me. Is this white lab coat guy Uncle Okarin? I'd assume so. I guess they both know him. But from what I can tell, Okabe and Nintaro can't see either of them, so I act normally. Plus, after all that partying last night, I'm pretty dang sleepy. Partying? Last night? Okabe and Nintaro's acting odd. Our conversation isn't lining up. Were you drinking last night, Okabe Rintaro? You should lay off the booze. You're still underage. You didn't end up finding your father, so we held a last supper to celebrate you becoming a test subject, right? Yep, that's right. You said something similar yesterday too. I really appreciated that. I don't remember much, but how exactly did I get you there? Wait, were you seriously drinking? Just tell me. I tried to head home from the time machine offline meet and... hold your horses. A time machine offline meet? Yeah. And that's where your father was supposed to show up, right? That's what I told you yesterday. I know I told him that. I should have. There really is something weird about Okabe Rintaro today. And then, what happened when you tried to leave? Yeah, Hashida Itaru and Shina Mayuri popped up. And that's when you guys dragged me off to the lab. The end. After this is when I slipped out midway through the party, but I leave that bit out. I had my reasons to leave, and that's none of Okabe Rintaro's business. Yesterday was pretty fun. But it would have been even more fun if Makise Kurisu wasn't there. I'm pretty sure that apple pie of hers could be used as a murder weapon. But Irishibaru Luka's curry was sublime. That lab of yours is kind of like a club, yeah? I'm jealous. Everyone gets along really well, and it always seems like you guys are having a good time. That might have been the most comfortable I've felt in my entire life. I'm totally honest about how I feel. I could never even hope for that kind of environment in the era I was born. It's not like I didn't have friends, but they were more like comrades in the resistance. People to fight alongside, brothers and sisters in arms. Part-time warrior. As promised, you'll become a test subject. Didn't I tell you? I don't even know my dad's email address. Who knows? Then we'll delay the experiment until you do. No, and for the record, the phone wave name subject to change is classified lab info. In order to prevent any possible leaking of information to outside organizations, you'll have to become a lab mem. A lab mem? Short for laboratory member. Those given said title become a part of my lab. Very good. Are you sure it's okay for me to join your lab? You're becoming good one whether you want to or not. Starting today, you will henceforth be known as Lab Mem number 008. Still crouched down, I look at the floor after hearing Okabe and Toto's words. I'm so happy that I can barely move. I can feel my nose starting to get runny. I feel like crying. Aww. So before I look up, I quickly sniffle. I can tell I'm smiling. And fine, I guess I have no choice. I'll be your test subject. Nah, wholesome. Very good. Then, you won't leave yet, right? Nope. I'm gonna keep looking for my dad. No. Starting today, you're a lab mem. We've got your back. Speaking of which, do you have any clues as to where your father might be? I hesitate for a moment. I then stand up and look Okabe Rintaro in the eyes. My dad goes by the name of Titter, or Titter, which is our more valuable way of reading it wrong. I'm fully aware that this statement comes with the danger of Okabe Rintaro discovering my true identity. But I said it because he called me one of them, a part of their group. Wait, by Titter, do you mean that Titter? I expected Okabe Rintaro's reaction. You know him? He might actually be using a different codename right now, but... Okabe Rintaro whips out his cell phone and shows it to me. Look, there's someone here writing under the name John Titter. I stare at the screen. The mystery has been solved. Your father is on at channel. No. Look at that. Unfortunately, this isn't the info I'm looking for. All it takes is a single glance at his screen to realize that. I recognize the text quite well. Wait, why the lukewarm reaction? Well, this isn't him. How can you know that? You just said your father goes by Titter. I just know, okay? This Titter isn't my dad. I can't tell Okabe Rintaro why, but I know this for a fact. It's because it's you, Suzu. Because the John Titter on at channel is none other than me. Yep, there it is. There's no John. The name that my dad used is... I can't tell him, so I give Okabe Rintaro different information. Barrel Titter. After pouring cold water over his excitement, he glumly returns to the second floor. You should have just told Uncle Okarin what's up. Why do you and Omega both call Okabe Rintaro Uncle Okarin? I'm not Omega, I'm Suzuha. Looks like Omega doesn't intend to budge an inch over that. Uncle Okarin's Uncle Okarin. Yep, he's just plain old Uncle Okarin. Except his Okabe Rintaro. I guess this is the result of growing up in different environments. in their world lines. It's entirely possible that Okabe Rintaro didn't die in 2025, and in fact lived on well past that. Not sure about that. So is this a problem that can be fixed if we told him everything? I can't say for sure, but if nothing else, he thinks of you as an ally. Or am I misunderstanding something? You're not. But it's because we're allies that there's things I can't tell him. As John Titter, I exchanged multiple messages with Okabe Rintaro. I've even talked with him on that channel. But I've always hidden from him the fact that I'm actually John Titter. I couldn't even tell him just a few minutes ago. It's not good to intervene in the past too much. I could change the world line just by being here in 2010. But also, beyond that, I'm afraid that Okabe Rintaro and the others wouldn't look at me the same way if they ever did find out. I'm afraid that he'll see me differently. That's why I didn't tell Okabe Rintaro the truth. Maybe the most ironic part of it all is that I didn't have to do anything for him to start seeing me differently. There you are, part-time warrior. What's up, Okabe Rintaro? I barely even recognized him when he showed up at work. He was like an entirely different person. I can only imagine why. Is your hand okay? My hand? What are you talking about? You drunk again? He was a little strange yesterday, but today is 1,000 times worse. I can't help but assume he's drunk or something. I'm asking if your hand is okay. I'm fine. I have no idea what he's talking about, but Okabe Rintaro is very clearly taking whatever it is taking. I can read. Is clearly taking whatever it is very seriously. I decide to answer him properly, bring my hands up to my chest, and turn them front to back so he can see. Everything okay? You seem kinda down on the dumps. Boy, I wonder why. I ask out of concern, but it seems to go in one ear and out the other. I see him. I guess it's not time for you to get injured yet. That's ominous. What's wrong? What do you mean? Your time machine is broken. Okabe Rintaro looks me in the eyes for the first time. I met his gaze with my own, but all I can see behind his eyes is a dull light, something I haven't seen since coming to this era. It's the same look my friends in the Resistance had. The deep sorrow of losing the people closest to you. The despair of losing them because of your own powerlessness. Powerlessness. Losing one or two people wouldn't be enough to fall this far. It's the look of someone whose heart has been crushed over and over, and yet each time they stood back up again, they lost more. It's the rage you feel toward yourself. I can hardly believe this is the same Okabe Rintaro as yesterday. It's nothing like the man who excitedly announced that my dad was John Titter, then sulked off after discovering he was wrong. My time machine? Wait, mine? His words finally dispel my doubt. There's no way he'd say or know something like that after yesterday. Which means the Okabe Rintaro before my eyes right now isn't the same as the one from yesterday. That's right. Your time machine. He knows how much time he must have spent between yesterday and today. I know that sounds like a contradiction, but that's how it is. He must have made it possible through some means or another. But what? There aren't many options. It has to be a time machine. Just like how I'm Suzuha is John Titter from the future, he too must have become a time traveler, using a machine separate from my own. When did you come from? But that doesn't explain everything. True, he's a different person inside, but appearance-wise, he looks the same as yesterday. I have no idea how much despair he went through to reach today, but considering how peaceful this era is, I doubt there's much that could grind his soul down to its very core over and over again. These kinds of wounds usually take years to form, even in my era. The fact that he hasn't aged at all despite how much has changed eternally strikes me as oddly paradoxical. I'm grateful you caught on. I'm from August 13th, 2 days from now. 2 days. Now I know the reason why he hasn't aged at all. If it's only from 2 days in the future, of course he wouldn't have. But this makes how much has changed inside even more bizarre. We started work on improving the phone wavenames subject to change, ended up succeeding in converting memories to data and sending them to the past, a grand achievement, a first for humanity. We then went on to name this new invention the Time Leap Machine. Okabe Rintaro's story far exceeds anything I could have ever imagined. According to him, by using the Time Leap Machine, one is able to recall memories from 2 days in the future. It's not a physical leap through time. It's a way of awakening future memories. But regardless of how it works, it's undeniably a form of time travel. I'm a time traveler too. That by itself is no surprise. But what truly exceeds my imagination, and perhaps this isn't the right word to describe it, is why Okabe Rintaro returned to today of all days. Shina Mayuri was killed? That's right. Okabe Rintaro chokes on the words, but manages to get them out. She was killed. Murdered. By them. CERN. Okabe Rintaro then went on to explore many possible futures, over and over again, searching for a future in which Shina Mayuri could be saved. But she died every single time without fail. Avoiding such a future proved to be impossible. At first, I thought she'd be saved by running from CERN, but that wasn't enough. After that, I used the Time Leap Machine countless times, testing any and all possible actions I could take. However, on the night of the 13th, every time Mayuri died, that result never changed, no matter what. Worldline convergence. I already asked you about it. I know it's a future that never happened to the you right now, but I've already heard it all. I guess you'd have to, or you wouldn't be talking about how my time machine is broken. Yeah. Are you not worried about that? I already knew. I was pondering whether to discuss it with you or not yesterday. If anyone in this time period could fix it, it would be you guys. About that, Alpha. Okabe Rintaro's story was so shocking that I had totally forgotten about my other problem, the 2 different versions of me. What? I've undergone basic training on time machines. Naturally, that includes maintenance. I have a much higher chance of fixing it than the people in this era. What? Why didn't you tell me something like that? Why didn't you tell me something that important sooner? I raised my voice in shock, prompting Okabe Rintaro to give me a puzzled look. I don't blame him. Nobody seeing me talk like this would have a clue what's going on. What's wrong, part-time warrior? Who are you talking to? Am I going to have to explain this again? Right now, I can see 2 other versions of me. One just said that she can fix the time machine. I know you're not the type to crack jokes at a time like this, but to be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about. I figured. Just hang on. I'm gonna ask her for more details. Sure. Anyway. I turned to Beta. Can you really fix it? I'd have to see it to say anything for certain. Are you aware of the current situation? The VGL was unstable, so while it was supposed to materialize on the roof of Radicon, it slid a little off course and ended up embedded in the wall. Hence the damage in various places. Which would explain why it broke down in the rain. I see. Sounds like it's inferior to the one my dad made. Dad made mine too, it's just incomplete. Regardless, if it malfunctioned due to the rain, it shouldn't be that busted. At least I hope not. That said, if the VGL is toast, we're out of luck. That thing is like a black box. I have no idea how it works. Is there a difference between it being unstable and broken? If the instability was only enough to shift it from the roof to the inside of a wall in the same building, that's still within the range of error. But if it's actually broken, it'll be impossible to repair. You won't be able to go to the past or the future. The future? Yes. To the future. What about it? Beta's words just keep surprising me. I guess the time machines in her world line are far superior to mine. Heck, they can even jump to the future. My time machine can only take a one-way trip to the past. Either way, I'll have to take a look at it first. Roger that. Okabe Rintaro. It sounds like my time machine can be fixed. I'm hopeful. However... I see. He doesn't look very happy. His expression serves as a reminder of how many times he must have looped back in time in order to reach now. I guess, well, it would have been nice if I got to meet my dad, but beggars can't be choosers. Your dad? What about him? No, it's nothing. I should hurry to the time machine. So, can you fix it? It's been about 10 minutes since Beta entered the time machine cockpit. I start to get impatient. It would appear to fundamentally be the same, but it's also quite a bit older than the ones I'm familiar with. A prototype, perhaps. In other words, it'll take about half a day to fix it. That's a relief. I fall to the floor, all the strength in my body having drained out. Beta comes over to me and extends her hand. You okay? By the time I grasp Beta's hand, my strength is back, and I quickly stand back up. I just felt super relieved. Mate, so I can hold Beta's hand. It just dawned on me. She really isn't a hallucination. I still wouldn't jump that far if literally no one else can see them. If you wanted it repaired that badly, you should have just asked. I didn't ask. I didn't realize that I'd actually have to say it. I guess Beta's time machine is just that different from mine. You said that you were shocked that it was broken, but you never said anything about fixing it. I didn't? Besides, I have no idea why you came to this time period. At least not until I heard you talking to Uncle Okarin. Does that mean my situation is a lot different from yours? Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Though I probably shouldn't go into detail. Why not? There are some things that I don't want Uncle Okarin to know. You must be talking about reading Steiner. Nakabe Rintaro has a special power. The unique ability to move between world lines, yet still retain his memories despite the past being changed. To most people, knowing about other world lines has no meaning, and they end up forgetting all about it anyway. But Okabe Rintaro is different. If there's something he shouldn't know about in Beta's world line, it's entirely likely that it's something he shouldn't know in this one too. It's not necessarily something unique to Beta's world line after all. That ability is part of it, yes, but Uncle Okarin is also a person of importance in my world. Huh. So, can you fix it? Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Okabe Rintaro walks over. Shina Mayuri is with him. She says it'll take about half a day. I see. I suppose that's one problem solved. Hopefully. This means that Dad's plan is right back on track. I'm a few days later than I planned, but nothing I can't make up. Wow, the time machine's super big. Does it have a name? Mayuri, do me a favor and keep the pointless questions to yourself for now. Suzuha, if you need help, feel free to ask Daru. I know how he looks, but he's quite skillful. Most of the future gadgets were built by him. You probably shouldn't have mentioned that. If you're looking for parts, you should also ask him. He knows where to find most things in Akiba. And actually, I told him to come here. He's probably slacking off because of the heat. Damn it. That sounds on brand. You know, sometimes I wonder, what exactly do you do at the Future Gadget Laboratory, Okabe Rintaro? Suffer, mostly. Yeah. I'm an idea man. So you don't actually do that much work. Hey, you're forgetting something important, Okarin. What might that be? Where's Suzu-san's dad right now? Shina Mayuri brings up the one thing I was trying my best to forget. I can feel the strength drain from my body again. My dad doesn't matter. Of course he matters. And you have half a day before the time machine is fixed, right? Mayushi was thinking about looking for your dad until then. What do you think? Well, but... Come on, Okarin. Don't be like that. You need to keep your promises. Didn't we all promise to go look for Suzu-san's dad together? I promise. It's true. Okabe Rintaro and the others said that during the disappointment party the other day, keeping Gumi from leaving. That's true. I know you came here on a mission and all, but I also think it's because you wanted to meet your dad. If that's true, Mayushi wants to help you make that happen. Tina Mighty. You're so sweet. And just like that, I'm on the verge of tears. You're 100% right. I thought I'd be able to meet him if I came here. I know my dad was in Akihabara in 2010. Wait, really? Yes, really. How rude. I bet he's still really young and handsome too. You said his name Barrelteiro, right? Correct. Wow. Is he a foreigner? Nope. He should be Japanese. Barrelteiro is the codename he used in the Resistance. I thought he's using that name in 2010. Unfortunately, I don't know his real name. Even though I'm supposed to be his daughter. I did my best to force a smile, all the while fighting back tears. And I can't even imagine how I must look right now. He never told me, and he died before I could ask. Is the name Amane an alias? Alias in whatever. Alias. No, it's my mom's family name. I suppose trying to track him down through her would be just as difficult. And just then, the door swings open to reveal a familiar large man drenched in sweat. Why isn't the elevator working? Having to climb 8 floors of stairs in this heat without air conditioning? Are you trying to kill me? Oh. Why does everyone look so gloomy? You're late, Daru. Of course I'm late. You called me over out of nowhere. You can at least show some gratitude. While Kobe Rintaro and Hashira Itaru put on something of a comedy act, there's suddenly a shout of surprise that only I can hear. Ma, it's Dad, and he's so young. What? I can't believe what I just heard from Omega. Granted, I'm still suspicious as to whether Omega is actually a real person that can be heard to begin with, but let's ignore that for now. Dad? Did you just say Dad? Yep, that's my dad right there. Suzuha Omega says this and points directly at Hashida Itaru. I rubbed my eyes several times, but it really is Hashida Itaru. Seriously? What's wrong, part-time warrior? Heat getting to you? Suzu-san, you're scrunching up your face. Are you okay? Just give me a sec. I'm on the other end of the most shocking confession of my entire life, and I have no idea what to do with myself. Huh? My dad's right there. But maybe you have a different dad, Alpha. Hashira Itaru is my dad in my world line too. Then it must be the same here. I had spent so much time searching for Dad, but he was right here the whole time. Which explains why I didn't see him at the time machine offline meet. What's wrong, Gamaneshi? No. It's nothing. Okay, but your face is bright red. I'm honestly glad that Hashida Itaru is so worried about me. But this is the reason I'm bright red. Ugh, mixed feelings. Imagine learning who your long-lost parent is because of freaking hallucination wearing cat ears recognizes the dude you barely even like. Not just cat ears though, also a maid dress. Don't forget that. Anyway, Okarin, what do you need from me? Fix the time machine. That's obviously impossible, SMH. We can barely get the phone wave to work properly, and you're asking me to fix a time machine? You're nuts. He is. The mate from one of the other world lines knows all the technical details. All you have to do is help. The you from another world line. Hashida Itaru doubts my words for a moment, but Beta's already started doing checks on the time machine. As a result, parts of it are opening and making noises seemingly by itself. Whoa. Is this a poltergeist? The other me is just doing a few checks. No worries. So if Ghost-tan here is fixing it, you don't need me. I'm heading home. It's way too hot. Hold it, Daru. The Ghost-tan is... I want you to help. Why? You don't need me. I can't handle the heat. If it's just small stuff, you can help Okarin. I mean, sure, but don't you have any interest in the time machine? Of course I do, but I don't want to work in this heat. I'll drop by to watch when it gets cooler at night. Later. Fine, sure, you're right, but I do need you to go shopping. You're the only one who can buy the replacement parts for the broken components. Can't this wait till it gets cooler outside? If you leave now, you're not coming back until later tonight. I have a gut feeling. We don't have time for that. Suzuha, do you know what parts you need? She's checking right now. I got out to Beta inside the time machine. What's the deal? The lighting burned out circuits in 3 locations. What parts do you need? I'll jot them down, so give me something to write with. Beta takes the paper from me and quickly writes the parts down. Whoa, awesome. Ghost-tan, you're crazy fast. I hand the note to Hashida Itaru. This is what we need. Think you can find them in this era? No problemo. This will be a cinch. In fact, most of the joints I usually hit up should have this stuff. These parts. Whoever built this thing has excellent taste. I can't help but awkwardly laugh. If Hashida Itaru really is my dad, it's not even remotely surprising that he built this thing using his favorite parts. Suzuha. I mean, Alpha. Just as I'm thinking this, Beta calls out my name. As long as I have the parts, I can do the repairs on my own. You can spend time with the others if you want. They can't just force you to do all the work. This isn't the sort of task that requires multiple people. I guess, but still. Also, I'm saying this because Dad can't hear me, but this time machine only has the ability to travel into the past. And I can't bring myself to respond. But I'm sure Beta takes that as my reply. Which means you don't have much time left here. Knowing that, there's no way I can tell you to waste your remaining hours here working on this thing. Yeah. Go be with your dad and the others. I wasn't planning on saying anything if she never caught on. But Beta knows more about the time machine than anyone else here. Of course she'd figured it out. Also, if Omega Suzuha is here. She'll get in the way of my work. Beta's trying her best to act cheerful, although she ends up playfully jabbing Omega instead. But what's that supposed to mean? Why me? Alpha's no different. Are we really the same? Yeah, I guess we are. Anyway, I decided to take Beta up on her offer. Thoughts. I finally found my dad, but now I don't even know what to say. The two of us both end up heading out to buy the replacement parts. Well, I guess since Omega's here, it's the three of us. Sorry about all this, Hashida Itaru. You know, tagging along and everything. Nah, I don't have any complaints going with you, Amaneshi. I don't like getting ordered around by Okunin. Oh, this is it. Excuse me, three of those over there. Hashida Itaru was always just the guy sitting in the lab chair to me, constantly fiddling with his computer. But seeing him outdoors is enough to make me feel strange. Dad's clothes are kinda lame, but his also sorta cool. What? Really? I didn't think much of him when he was chatting with Uncle Okunin earlier, but now he seems so alive, even though he's fat. You're right. He must be pretty used to buying things at art shops. He doesn't need to pause whatsoever. He just goes for exactly what he needs with extreme precision. I guess you could call that cool. What's up? Oh, it's nothing. Nothing at all. You've been saying that a lot today, Amaneshi. I guess. Oh, that's right. One of the ghost tons is with us too. What sort of ghost is she? Parasified? Yassified? A maid that's pretty strict about fashion, apparently. You have a maid ghost following you around? Damn, I'm jealous. I want one for myself. A maid ghost ton probably scold me non-stop, though. She's actually pretty fond of you. What? Seriously? What part of me? Must be the hat, right? Not even close. Yellow doesn't suit your physique whatsoever. Oh boy. Mayuri. Mayashi will do her best. Just wait, Suzu-san. Mayashi will find her dad. Okunin promised too. I made the flyers yesterday. I'm making lots of copies now. Just wait a little longer. Sorry, you really didn't have to. What's she saying? It's not the outside that makes the man. Is that a compliment? I think so. Then that's good. Anyway, that's everything on Ghost Town's number one's list. Already. There wasn't much on here, and I got everything at my favorite shop. Once we get this stuff back to Radikan, it's mission complete! Flawless victory! Actually, the biggest challenge is gonna be that staircase. Oh yeah. I can bring it up there for you. I know climbing stairs is pretty tough for someone as out of shape as you are. Listen, you don't gotta roast him every single damn second. You're not wrong, but I feel like I should probably familiarize myself with the time machine some more. I'll take it up and get to work with Ghost Town. You should go to your part-time gig. Or look for your dad or something. Whatever you gotta do. Well, father, I find myself at a loss for words when Hashida Itaru mentions my dad. I hope you can find him before you leave. About that, I need to apologize to Shina, Mayuri, and Okabe Rintaro. Huh? Why? Because I actually found Dad. What? Really? When? You know how I told you about how the ghosts are versions of me from different worlds, right? Yeah. Well, it looks like my dad's alive and well in those different worlds. So the So the ghosts know his name and face. No, I see. Then I'll let the others know. Okay. How about you go meet him now? What's his name? Do I know him? A little. My dad's name is Hashida Itaru. Hashida Itaru. I feel like you hear that name a lot. If anything, I'm kinda tired of hearing it. Wait, isn't that me? Yep, apparently. Mm-hmm. What's that supposed to mean? Congrats, you're a father! Woo! Hashida Itaru is suddenly very confused. I don't blame him. I was shocked when I heard it from Omega, and I still can't fully believe it now. I guess from your perspective, I'm your future daughter. Wait, I'm gonna choose my daughter in the future? He's so confused that he's just repeating what I said. That's right. He's not wrong, but it looks like Hashida Itaru's not even sure what he just asked. He's talking without actually thinking. So you're saying I'm your dad? Yep. No, I get it. I don't get it. You don't get it? Well, I get it, but hold on a sec. Hashida Itaru then goes completely silent. His facial expression is frozen. I have no idea what he's thinking right now. Would it have been better not to know? My anxiety causes me to blurt it out. I was as shocked as he is when I first found out. So I understand full well that it's hard to find the right words. Are you upset that I'm your daughter? But even then, having him say nothing is just too scary. He's my dad. I finally get to see my dad. Though I guess he's not actually my dad yet. Anyway, I really want Hashida Itaru to say something. Sorry. I have no idea how I was supposed to react to this. Huh? Sorry. I guess I should be more serious, right? Yeah. I'm surprised, but I'm not upset or anything like that. Hell, if anything, finding out that my future daughter is such a cutie is a huge win for me. He doesn't look all that happy. No, he does. Though maybe it's just the confusion taking over right now. Anyway, Can I ask you one question? Is your mom cute? Is she like a short lolly with big boobs? Priorities, I guess. That's a secret. A secret, huh? Well, I guess I should be happy just knowing that I have a wife in the future. Yeah. I think you can look forward to that. Well, now you got me excited. Anyway, I'm gonna head back to Radicon. Alright, be careful. Now watch Hashira Itaru, that, as he goes off into the distance. His back has never looked larger to me than it does now. Yoho! Receiving mail. From Itaru. Yo, hey, it's your papa. Or father? Dad? We traded addresses, so I figured I'd send you a message. Best regards. What should I call you anyway? Oh boy, you have options. Let's see. This is just a test reply. Did you get it? This is kind of embarrassing. Then feel free to call me whatever you like. I don't mind. I'm not sure there's really a better option between the two options. I think I like this one a little more though. This is just a test reply. They're both pretty mid. Yeah. I'll go for this one. Part-timer. Where did you wander off to this time? The moment I get back to work, I find myself on the other end of the boss man's rage. I'm sorry. Jeez, it's almost time to make today's deliveries. I said I'm sorry. But you know, you're looking more lively today than usual. Well, something I was worried about kinda got fixed. You mean that ghosting effect problem of yours? Huh? Oh, not that one. Only Omega's with me right now. Beta is back at the time machine. I see. Well, if you're in high spirits, I guess I ain't got nothing to worry about. Yeah. I figured the boss man was gonna be a lot angrier, but I guess he was actually pretty worried about me. I didn't think he'd still be thinking about the whole ghosting thing. Hey, boss man. Why are you so worried about me? Say what? Who'd be worried about some brat like you? Is what I'd like to say. But I guess I am. How come? I'm just some random part-timer, right? I don't even know if you've ever had other part-timers here. It's just, when I look at you, you don't feel like a stranger to me. Do I look like someone you know? You're way younger, but I guess I see in you someone who took good care of me when I was a kid. What? Are you comparing me to some old lady? Not just any old lady. You as an old lady. Don't be rude. She was a fine woman. Then does that mean you're saying I'm a fine woman too? I mean, he is talking about you unbeknownst to both of you, so I take it all back. You don't actually resemble her that much. Oh, come on. You're a big jerk. Anyhow, she was someone I really respected. Part of the reason why I rented the second floor to Okabe and the others is because she told me to encourage young people to grow and be strong. Just like how she encouraged me when I was younger. No. Huh. I guess you could say what goes around comes around. Damn straight. You should be grateful too. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here now. And you sure as hell wouldn't have a job. You've got a point. So what's her name? She went by the name Suzu-san. Now that I think about it, the two of you got similar names, eh? Yeah. Yeah. That's what Shina Mairi always calls me. Was that her surname? Nope. Her surname was Hashida. Hashida Suzu. Ring any bells? A few too many. I can't help but gasp. There's no way this is just a coincidence. It's not. I can tell that Omega feels the same way. She looks at me in shock. Could that maybe be my grandma? I don't think so. I replied to Omega, but the boss man thinks it was directed toward him. No. Well, I figured as much. I wasn't actually... But no, doesn't ring any bells. Hashida and Suzu. Up until yesterday, I wouldn't have even noticed. But now I know. Hashida Suzu is me. I ended up using the time machine to travel into the past and ultimately live in this world line. In other words, the time machine will be fixed. Hey, boss man. What's this Hashida Suzu-san up to nowadays? I ask out of curiosity. Well, this might be the story of the past for him. This is my future. Sorry, just your message just dead sent me. I should have never asked. She died. I shouldn't know this. I mean, everyone dies. The boss man's brief answer makes it that much more powerful. She died? She was still too damn young. I see. If Hashida Suzu really was me after going back to 1975, then I'd still only be a bit past 50 if I was still alive right now. There'd be nothing strange about being happy and healthy at that age. Which means the reason she's dead is... What did... I can't do it. I can't ask. I'm too scared to ask. And she was still alive. I'd have introduced her to Okabe and the rest of those knuckleheads. It's thanks to her that you're able to do all that dumb stuff you do. You two would have probably gotten along. Suzu-san was always riding a bike similar to yours. She took damn good care of it too. That's probably... It's not just a similar bike. It's probably the exact same one. I stopped myself before I vocalized any of this. Yeah, don't do that. I can't tell him the truth. What is it? I think you're right, boss man. I would have liked to meet her. Using a time machine to return to the past and meet yourself is extremely dangerous. I can never afford to risk it. But I still wish Hashida Suzu had lived into this era. This means that when I return to the past, I'll never see Okabe Nintendo or the others. The past has already been decided. Even if I tried to change it, the world-line convergence means it's impossible. In this world, Hashida Suzu will have always already be dead. Anyway, there you have it. Once you're older and got your shit together, you should encourage future youngsters too. You betcha. Yeah, what goes around comes around after all. I said this earlier without realizing it, but it's true. The boss man helped me, and then I helped him after going into the past. A mysterious thread of fate that connects the two of us. Yep. Anyhow, I gotta get going. Keep watch while I am out. You got it. He departs. I keep a lookout as told, but there are no customers. Same old, same old. I doubt anyone's gonna come by. I tried talking to Omega in order to fight off my boredom. Omega seems to like this store quite a bit. As usual, she's wandering around, poking and examining anything that catches her interest. Keeping watch means you gotta stay put, right? That's just part of the job. Well, sure, but... Omega's response is unexpectedly level-headed. In all honesty, considering how few customers this place gets, it's a minor miracle that it's still in business. Maybe the boss man is running some sort of side gig. What if he's actually super duper rich and this shop is just his hobby? Suzu-huh? Have you ever worked before? I just can't get used to calling someone else by my own name. Yep, just regular jobs. How do you find regular? You know, normal, like at McD's. Fictional, a fast food hamburger chain boasting top market share, based in America. McD's? Wait, are you talking about the hamburger joint? You're welcoming people in and taking orders? Mm-hmm. What's so strange about that? It's not strange, it's just... Even aside from Omega's story, it feels really weird imagining someone with the same face as yourself talking about what they do. That was a choice that I never had in my life. The look on your face screams strange. Omega shoots straight, surprisingly. That's not it. It's not about you, honest. Then who is it about? It just felt weird imagining myself doing that kind of work. Judging by the expression Omega makes, she thinks I'm a weirdo. That's... Yeah, you're right. You got a lot of nerve. Omega doesn't hide behind her words. She just says whatever comes to mind. I guess that's who Omega is. In the end, the Bronte workshop closes up for the day without a single customer dropping by. Alright, boss man. Catch you tomorrow. Yeah, be careful on the way home. I consider dropping by Radicon to see Beta, but... An unexpected person calls out to me. Amane-san, are you headed home? Kurisu jump scare. Makase Kurisu. I instinctively glare at her. In the future, she's the woman who builds a time machine for CERN. Put simply, she's the time machine mother who triggers our dystopia. I can't even count how many times me and my friends in the Resistance spoke about her. If only she'd never built that time machine. Again? Seriously? I just wanted to congratulate you. Jeez. For what? Your time machine's getting fixed, right? Oh. Yeah. And I heard you found your dad too. Yeah. The mention of dad is enough to calm my nerves. If she did that on purpose, that'd make her quite the manipulator. She's not. Congratulations. Although, quite frankly, it's kind of hard to say that with a straight face considering his, well, Hashira. Thanks. Here. This isn't much, but... Makise Kurisu takes a small cake out from the convenience store bag she's holding. Aww. There's a single serving of strawberry shortcake. You're giving this to me. I hope you like it. As long as you didn't bake it yourself. Wow. Okabe. It's me. I heard about your father from Daru. I don't know why that made me laugh. I'm glad to hear it all worked out. How about spending some time with your old man tonight? Just the two of you. Let's see. Thanks. I never thought he'd be Hashira Itaru, but I'm sure if I actually gave myself time to think about it, I might have realized this was always a possibility. It's just, in my memories, he's a lot thinner. Then, yeah, but you're right, but it's still a little embarrassing. I'll go with this one, because it reflects what happens in the first game, because when I rethought about it, it's like, wait, yeah. Her apple pie from the other day was so bad that it actively made me angry. Oh no, I see. I remember asking her if she was trying to kill us. I figured you'd say something like that. That's the store-bought cake. Makise Kurisu sulks a little, but she doesn't seem angry. Oh. This is all kind of weird. Why are you congratulating me? Well, you were searching for your dad, and you found him. That's it. End of story. But I've only ever shown you hostility. True enough. But you know, my dad and I aren't exactly on great terms. I don't think you quite understand the extent of that sentence, Kurisu. Like, you're not wrong, but, you know, So hearing that you were able to meet yours made me a little happy. Makise Kurisu's dad. So I guess I'm not technically congratulating you. I'm just sharing in the happiness. No. I'd be pleased as punch if maybe this helped soften your attitude toward me even just a little bit. In that case, I'll gladly accept your peace offering. Cries and crying. I take the cake from her hands. At this point, I'm no longer glaring at her. In fact, I'm smiling. I hope you're able to make up with your dad too. Thanks. But now I find myself wondering why she's still holding the convenience store bag. I don't think she went to blah 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 blah. I don't think she just went to buy me a cake. Are you staying overnight at the lab? I want to keep the device I'm working on to a certain point before I head home. And then can I stay over too? I promise I won't get in the way. Makise Kurisu makes a strange face in response to my request. I don't blame her. Even I think it's kind of weird. Sure. I don't mind. But Makise Kurisu doesn't say no. I can't put my finger on why, but maybe it has something to do with Dad. That night, Makise Kurisu tells me all about her ambivalence toward time machines. Apparently, when she first came to the lab, she was hostile to the very idea of them. But here she is now, trying to create humanity's first time machine. My father, well, he was researching time travel. He was researching time travel, huh? He was just researching time travel. I can't read. I'm trying. And because of that, he got expelled from academic circles. Makase Kurisu continues her school for work, all the while speaking aloud. Yeah, I guess time machines are still just fictional things in this era. Proper academics don't talk about time machines at conferences, you know? So you're saying your dad wasn't a proper academic? He was when I was still little. Makase Kurisu's hands stop in place, and I immediately feel as though I've said something I shouldn't have. But it's my fault that he's the way he is now. How so? I always adored my father's academic stories. Naturally, I didn't get all of it at the time, so that's why I started studying. I wanted him to tell me more. I figured that if I understood his stories better, he'd be able to talk to me more. Instead, it turned out to be the opposite. Not only could I understand his stories better, I could also pick out the flaws in them. I tried to correct them. I believe that's what science was. But all I ended up doing was hurting my father's pride. How can I blame him? Scholars are ultimately just human beings. Having your mistakes pointed out by an elementary school child would be humiliating to plenty of people. But I didn't realize that was the case at the time, so I just kept doing it. Eventually, my father stopped doing proper research in fields with a lot of competition. He fled to research that couldn't be refuted by anyone. And that's why he started looking into time machines. And that's part of the reason why I refused to do research on them myself. I thought that it'd be impossible for me. Not because of the time machines themselves either. I was just trying to escape from my sense of guilt. You sound a lot like your dad. Upon hearing my words, Makase Kurisu glares at me, a surprised look on her face. I said something I shouldn't have again. Like him? How? Well, I've never met him, but it sounds like you're both serious about your work and also really naive. Is that a negative word? I don't mean you're neurotic or anything, just sensitive, I guess. Maybe. And regardless of the reason, you're both interested in time machines. I bet you both find the idea of leaping across time adventurous. A scientist caring about adventure, huh? I personally think scientists are very adventurous. They seek the truth that nobody's discovered yet. What's that if not adventure? My dad in the future. The dad who entrusted the time machine to me. He was an adventurer too. That's what I believe. You're right. Makase Kurisu appears to have calmed down a bit. The evidence being that she's resumed her work. Once again, I'm struck by how similar to her dad she seems. Always trying to be correct hurts the people around you. That might not be a good thing, but I think it's probably an unavoidable part of who she is. Still, I'm surprised your dad's researching time machines. Got a problem with that? Nope. The opposite. I feel a kind of kinship with you. I'm not lying. A father so immersed in time machine research that he distanced himself from his daughter. That's the story of my life, too. Kinship, huh? Yep. Kinship. We both lead lives held prisoner by time machines. Our fathers are the source of that. You know, the two of us might be more similar than I thought. That's the highest praise I can give to someone who up until now I had always viewed as a sworn enemy. But Makise Kurisu's expression is anything but happy. Just to make sure, you aren't saying that because I'm your mom or something, right? Just thinking about the possibility gives me chills. You have nothing to worry about in that regard, Kurisu. That's definitely not what I expected her to say. No, no way. You're not my mom. Her surname is Amane. Phew. Thank goodness. I don't think I've ever seen Makise Kurisu look so relieved. Is she that happy that she's not my mom? Jeez, that seems kind of rude. Speaking of moms... In fact, it's so rude that some of my hostility toward Makise Kurisu bubbles to the surface again. Oh dear. In the future where I'm from, you refer to the time machine mother. Me? I guess that's appropriate. When I finish this device, it'll be the world's first time machine. If only that was the only reason. The time machine tech that you and the others create eventually gets monopolized by CERN. As a result, the world becomes a dystopia with no conflict. In my future, every facet of human life is strictly controlled and monitored. Every conflict is prevented before it happens by using the time machine. And you're the one that built it, Makise Kurisu. I got it now. That's why you, the warrior seeking to bring peace back into the world, see me as your greatest enemy. You're unexpectedly calm about this. I was always curious as to why you hated me so much. But if the reason is something that happens in the future, I guess there's not much I can do about it now. True. For you, it's the past, but for me, it's something I haven't even done yet, right? But I can certainly see how things end up that way. Here I am building a time machine. Once it's complete, I'll be qualified to be called the time machine mother. I don't know much about CERN, but I do know that they conduct human experiments. If they know we completed our machine first, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if they came here to take it by force. Well, they do. And if they did, you'd become a pawn of CERN just to continue your research? That's the part that I just don't get. Makise Kurisu stops working and turns to me. But she isn't glaring this time. In fact, she's smiling. Even under threat of death, I would never ever cooperate with CERN. But considering what you've seen in the future, it sounds like I built the time machine that CERN uses to control the world. I cooperated with them. What caused this contradiction? Yao Isa looks at the Pac-Man timeline. I've never actually thought about it before. I only ever knew Makise Kurisu's personal history. I never spoken to her in the future. I tried to assassinate her and failed, that's it. But speaking to Makise Kurisu here in the now, she just doesn't seem like the kind of person who would ever go along with CERN, even if it meant being killed. So why did she? What happened? Hashida joined the resistance and built your time machine, right? What about Okabe?
じゃあ岡部は
Okabe Rintaro was one of the founding members of the resistance.
じゃあ
So you're telling me I become the enemy of the future gadget laboratory? That's right.
岡部と橋田がレジ
If
スタンス
Okabe and Hashida are in the resistance,
まゆりも
is Mayuri too?
椎名真由里のことは
I never heard anything about Mayuri
聞い
Shina.
たことがなかった。
She wasn't in the resistance, and she wasn't a certain collaborator. How could she be? She's going to die in a few days. At the hands of the rounder sent by CERN, no less. Though that's something I only learned after coming to this era.
ますます意味がわからないわね
I'm even more confused now.
私は
Why would I cooperate
なんで
with
セレナな
CERN?
んて協
What
力
could
した
drive
っ
me
け
to go against Okabe and
しか
Hashida?
もそれに岡部と
Why
橋
do
田が
things
揃って
turn
敵
out
対し
like
てる
that?
なんでそんな状況になる
Makase Kurisu can't seem to wrap her mind around future events, but I feel like I'm starting to see how all the pieces eventually come together. Makase Kurisu wanted to save Shina Mayuri, no matter what it took. But the worldline convergence would never allow such a thing. The timely machine cannot save Shina Mayuri. There's only one way to save her. The entire world must be changed. Not on the current world line either. By crossing the attractor field and moving to a world line that contains other possibilities. But in order to do that, a time machine and the IBM 5100 are both necessary to make it happen. This process requires a time machine that can go back years, not just several days. Makase Kurisu wanted to save Shina Mayuri, no matter what. No matter the cost. That's why she chose to become the enemy of the entire world. Makase Kurisu chose Shina Mayuri over her own beliefs, over everyone and everything. That's right, everything she did to save a single person, Shina Mayuri. Even if it meant having to live apart from her closest friends and allies, she tried to save that one young girl alone. It's entirely possible that Makase Kurisu, Okabe Rintaro, and my dad, they're all aiming for the same thing.
そういうことだったんだ。
So that's how it is.
何
What?
あまねさんには
Did you
分かった
figure it out?
うん。
Yeah,
でも今、
but I can't tell you now.
私からは言えない。
Not just because it's about the future. It's because Okabe Rintaro hasn't told her yet. He should be the one to tell her about Shina Mayuri's death.
何それ
I'm dying of curiosity, but since it's about the future, I guess I should be patient. Makase Kurisu backs down without argument. Though I suppose if you look at it another way, that's probably because she's convinced that she never gave in to CERN's threats.
すごいね。
You're pretty amazing, Makase Kurisu.
何
That came out of nowhere.
私にはとても
I'll never
ま
be
だ
able
でき
to
そうに
do
ない
what you did.
ごめんね。
I'm so sorry for assuming you were some evil villain, for always glaring at you. Oh. Would I have the determination, the willpower to go that far? I got to where I am now because I believed I'd be changing the world for the better. I traveled to the past thinking that it was for the sake of my world. But Makase Kurisu is different. For the sake of one girl, for Shina Mayuri, she became the enemy of the world and the future itself. Which directly led to my hatred toward her. I even tried to assassinate her.
まあ
Well, I can't say I enjoyed the open hostility, but you don't need to apologize.
でも謝らせてほしい。
But I want to.
ならどうぞ
But be my guest.
というかだな
No, and I don't know what sort of conclusion you came to, but it's possible that maybe you're overestimating me.
それは否定できないけど
I can't deny that, but
それこそ
like Okabe is always saying,
私は
I might just be a woman who can't stop experimenting. No. Well,
あるだろうね。
sure. But even I can tell that Makise Kurisu is the kind of person who would deeply regret her actions if they ever led to the death of someone she cared about.
案外
I might have joined CERN just because I wanted to build a time machine. We can talk about beliefs and morals all day long, but the reality is that research costs money. It requires capable subordinates. Though I gotta say, the time machine mother? What kind of Shinibyo name is that? Did Okabe come up with it? She's also good-humored enough to laugh at herself. I think that's about enough of this dark topic. Instead, I listen to her with a smile.
そうだね。
That's right.
でも、
But I still think that this is the right way of looking at it. You're a good person, Makise
君は
Kurisu.
いいやつだ。
Seemingly embarrassed, she averts her eyes. After finally getting to know her, I can't help but think that this is a fitting reaction. First you think I'm the ultimate evil, now I'm a good person?
ダメかな。
Not a fan?
わけもわからず睨まれるより
I
は
guess I'll take that over being glared at all the time. The two of us continue to chat the night away until we fall asleep. If you had asked me if I ever thought this could happen prior to my coming to this era, I would have called you crazy. A casual chat with Makise Kurisu of all people. When I wake up in the morning, I have a message waiting for me from Hashida Itaru. And actually, it's from Beta. Apparently the repairs are going well and should be finished sometime this morning. After I part with Makise Kurisu at the lab, I head to Radikan.
ウィース。
Yoho!
ごめん。ちょ
Sorry,
っと静かにして。
but keep it down. I got scolded right off the bat. I didn't think it was... I didn't think I was being all that loud, but then I get the hint once I look at where Beta is pointing. Do you need a CPAP machine, buddy? Sounds like you're struggling a bit there, man. Dad's still asleep. There are papers scattered all around him. Given that there's writing all over them, they're neither trash or some sort of makeshift blanket. It's not exactly cold out either.
父さん、寝たの
Dad
朝
went
方
to
だった
sleep
か
at
ら。
around dawn.
そっか。
I see.
ずっと
So he was
してて
doing
くれたん
repairs
だ
the whole time?
それはちょっと違うんだけどね。
Not quite. Eh?
修理自体はそんな
The
に変わら
repairs
なかったん
themselves
だけど
didn't
さ
take too long,
父
but
さ
Dad
ん
wanted to know all
タイ
sorts
ム
of things
マシンの
about the
ことを
time
いろいろ
machine.
と聞きたがってそれでずっと筆談をして
So
た
I
んだ
answered all his questions by writing on the paper you see there. That explains the mess around him.
それで
Anyway, Alpha,
何
what's up? The other me has something of a gloomy expression on her face.
君に謝らない
There's
とい
something
け
I
ない
need
こと
to
がある
apologize to you about.
謝るもしか
Apologize?
して
Did the repairs go
タイムマシンが直せな
south?
かったとかタイムマシンは無事
No,
に直っ
the
た
time machine should be fine,
動作チェックする
although
エ
it
ネルギ
doesn't
ー
have
の
the
余裕
spare
がない
energy
と
for an operation
確実
check,
とは言えない
so I
けど
can't say for sure.
だったら何を謝る
Then
わ
why
け
the apology?
父さんに
Dad
この
figured
タ
out
イム
it's
マシンの
secret.
秘密がバレた秘密って
Secret? To someone in this era, everything concerning the time machine could be considered a secret. But considering the look on Beta's face, I got the feeling that he figured out the one thing I wanted to keep from him finding out.
このタイムマシンが
That this time machine can only go to the past.
そっか
Oh.
他の人には黙っててく
He
れるって
promised he wouldn't tell the
約束して
others,
くれたけ
but
どうん
yeah. But the one person I didn't want to find out was Dad.
あまり意味ないよね
I guess there's no point in that, huh? Yeah. I suppose the silver lining is that the others don't know. But that doesn't change the fact that he knows. Him of all people. He weakens. Maybe. Looks like we don't have time to discuss this any further. Dad wakes up at the sound of my voice. Suzu-ha, you're here? Eh? Did he just call me? Dad slowly raises his giant body from the floor. Yeah. I was talking to Ghost Dawn, and she said you'd be happier if I did. That's... yeah, I guess. So that means you need to call me Papa, got it? Papa? That's a little embarrassing. Mind if I call you Dad instead? Sure, I'm cool with that. Anyway, sorry for waking you up after you only just got to sleep, Dad. I heard you worked through most of the night. Nah, Gustan, the #1, did most of the hard work. That's not true. The other me said you helped out a bunch, right? That's right. Am I telling him for me? She says that's right. For real? I'm happy to hear that. But honestly, all I did was talk a whole bunch. Plus, I could barely understand what she was talking about. That's not your fault. You might have built this thing, but that's way in the future. Sure, but... what's up? Isn't it kind of weird? Like, where did this time machine even come from? The future? From the future? The year 2036. No, that's not what I meant. Where did the technology for this time machine come from? Huh? What do you mean? You said that I completed this time machine in the future based on the phone wave tech, but isn't that only because I helped repair the time machine here in this time? That means I didn't invent a time machine in the future, only recreated the one I saw here. But then wouldn't that imply that there had to be a time machine in the future that I based this one off of first? So who completed that first one? Thinking about it kept me up all night. Though I guess that's a weird thing to hear from someone who was literally just asleep. You're right. It seems like a closed loop. Simply using a time machine shouldn't cause visible changes to a world line. In other words, Dad originally repaired the time machine at this point in 2010. And by doing so, he was able to see how the machine worked, helping him to complete his prototype in 2036. But considering how visibly I've been operating, not to mention the spot where the time machine materialized, it's possible the world line has been shifted. My dad and I can't perceive that shift though. Or maybe the contradiction exists because this is a different world line? Did I complete the time machine in a world line where no time machine ever showed up? I have no clue. He never said anything about that to me. Oh yeah, I forgot. You never met me in the future, right? Yeah. You were in hiding from CERN. That's why I didn't recognize him. If it weren't for my two ghosts, I never would have realized he was right there in front of me the whole time. No, Mayuri would have said something, it's okay. I'm sorry, Suzu-ha. Yeah? I know it's something future me did, but it sounds like I failed you as a dad. No. I might have had a few options in the future controlled by CERN, but no parent should ever abandon their daughter in the name of research, you know? Don't apologize. I've never resented you for how things went down, Dad. Hell, if anything, I respected you. You left us with hope, the ability to change the world. I'm proud of that. These are my honest feelings. It's not like I didn't wish I had a kind dad or anything, but that was never realistic in the world I'm from. So don't apologize, Dad. He made the right choice. If he hadn't distanced himself from me, he would have eventually been found by CERN, and any chance we had to change the past would have been lost forever. Dad did what he should have been done. Dad did what should have been done, yeah. He did what had to be done. That's why I've always thought of my dad as a stronger, more rational person. A great man who threw away his own life in order to change the future. Suzu-huh? But the dad in front of me right now is different. He's overflowing with empathy. He's imagining the things he did in the future and apologizing for them. That's the sort of kind-hearted person he is. This is the same man who had no choice but to throw himself deep into his time machine research, leaving my mom and I behind. And if anything, that's what I'm most sad about. More than my never getting to meet him. He's the one who never got to see his own daughter. I can imagine how that must have felt. I've never once resented you for what you did, Dad. There's no lie in that statement. That's why I don't want to see him look so sad. But... Hey, Dad. I have a favor to ask. A favor? Sure, as long as it's within my power. I want you to show me around Akihabara. That's all. Getting to walk around Akihabara with Dad, the place that he loved so much. It might not seem all that crazy to him, but it's more than I could ever ask for. But I'm sure he'd be saddened to hear that. Which is why I act like it's no big deal. Yeah, that's all I want. I'd be more than happy to show you the ropes. Dad finally smiles for me. He might have noticed me trying to hold back, but he smiles nonetheless. That's the kind of guy he is. But phew, after all that work, I need to grab a quick shower and a change of clothes. I smell gross, lol. You don't have to rush or anything. Sounds like you didn't sleep much. Well, if I'm gonna get some shut-eye, I might as well head back to the lab. Alright, then we can go after you freshen up and take a break. Then, I'll have a little proposal, as your dad. What's up? How about taking a shower with your old man? No. He has a deathly serious look on his face. A shower with you? No go? No, I don't mind. I haven't had a shower in a while either. I've been fine using the water in the park to keep clean, but I'd be lying if I said the idea of a proper shower didn't sound appealing. Suzuha, hurry up. You know what? I'm fine. I'll wait till after you take yours. I decided to let him go first since the lab shower isn't exactly big. Well, there's more than enough space for two girls to get in together. It's way too narrow for both me and Dad. I figured it'd be too difficult to wash off with the both of us in there, but Dad doesn't seem to get that way. To feel that way. I can read. Dad's naked and ready to go, though I guess the naked part is a given. Uh-huh. This kind of reminds me of those family bathing ads you always see on Nakazuri. Can you believe they've got full nudity on them? As a mate. What's a Nakazuri? You know, those hanging ads inside of trains. Inside of trains. His explanation does so little to clear my confusion. I ride my bike everywhere, so I don't know much about the insides of trains. I remember riding one with Mom when I was really little, but the details are hazy. Anyway, hurry on in. You'd make your old man super happy if you washed his back for him. Alrighty. It might be a little cramped, though. I guess it'd be more rude not to join him. I begin to undress. Yo, what are you doing? Makase Kurisu strolls into the lab just as I'm removing my top. She gives me a strange look on the moment our eyes meet. I was thinking of taking a shower with Dad. No, a shower. Gotcha. Should I have asked for permission first? No. You're a lab mom too. No worries. But wait, did you just say with your dad? You're talking about Hashida, right? Yep. He got really sweaty while fixing the time machine, so... And how does that have anything to do with you bathing together? I figured I'd wash his back for him. I get what you're thinking, but... Okay, look. The most important thing here is who invited who. That'll determine whether this is an actual crime or not. Dad did. Pervert confirmed. Damn it, Hashida. Taking advantage of such an innocent girl. Nakase Kurisu mutters to herself as she storms off toward the shower room. She seems really, really angry. Hashida, are you seriously that brain dead? Do you realize that Amane-san doesn't have the same kind of common sense that we have? How can you possibly think it's okay to invite her into the shower with you? You goddamn pervert. Shame on you. Like how I let her in there with you. Makaseshi, what are you doing here? What are you so angry about, Makase Kurisu? I'm angry because you don't know why I'm angry, Amane-san. If me not knowing is the problem, shouldn't you be yelling at me instead? Look, I'm angry because Hashida asked you to shower with him, knowing that you wouldn't know any better. What's wrong with showering together? Okay, sure, kids and their parents bathe together pretty often, I get it. But that's only normal up until you graduate from elementary school, right? Common sense. How old are you right now? I'm 18. Now what age does a person normally graduate from elementary school? I don't know. I'm not trying to play dumb, I just have no answer. That's not part of the info I was given about 2010. It depends on the country and culture, but it's around 12 here. Really? I'll try to remember that. Yes, please do. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that at the age of 18, you should not be showering with him. And while he might be your father in the future, right now he's a 19-year-old beast. Don't even think about getting in there with him. He's a beast. Exactly. A total perf is totally fine with anyone, be they 2D or 3D.
つまり
So let me get this straight. You're saying that in this era, I shouldn't shower with dad. Wouldn't this be off limits in the future too? You know, men and women around your age showering together and stuff?
私は戦士だった
I'm a soldier. We don't have the luxury of differentiating between men and women. I see.
それに小さい頃
And when I was little, I never got the chance to shower with my dad. I always wanted to try it at least once. Like I say, Kurisu said that this was a custom for families up until middle school. But I never graduated from, let alone went to school. I've never taken a bath with my dad, and I doubt I ever will. Dad was never around. He died in 2036.
それは
That's...
そうかもし
Sure,
れな
I
い
get it, but...
マキセクリス
Like I say, Kurisu,
私と父
I
さん
understand that I probably shouldn't get in there with him.
あんまりよでもさ
But is it so unforgivable that I can't do it just this once?
絶対にダメ
Unforgivable? I guess not. As long as you're both consenting adults about it.
犯罪とまでは言えないのか
だったらさ
Like, can you turn the other cheek? Just this once?
な。あまねさん、
Amane-san,
の気持ちは
I get it. I'm not gonna stand here and tell you that wanting to spend time with your father is wrong. I'll leave it to Steins Gate to debate the ethics of family bathing together. I mean, like, I know just in general Japan, like, family bathing and, like, just bathing in general is, like, very, like, bond building. So, like, it makes sense. But I also get Kurisu's perspective, but also Kurisu kind of has an American perspective about it as well, since she spent so much time in America. So, you know. Really a matter of perspective and whatnot.
だったら
Then,
でもダメよ。
but no,
あの変態と
my conscience would never allow me to let that perv shower with an 18-year-old girl. Never.
両親が許さない。許すわけない。
どうしてもダメ
No matter what.
どうしてもダメ。
No matter what.
そっか。
No.
もっと別のことにして。
Just do something else instead. I won't object to anything where Hashida can't get too carried away. I get where Kurisu's coming from, but having seen Steins Gate Zero, I also know Daru isn't necessarily being a perv right now. He's just flipped his brain into dad mode. Yeah, that's what I'm also thinking. Especially since we, like, know he uses his perversion as, like, a coping skill of sorts for, like, tension relief and whatnot for everyone else. And a bath doesn't really need that, so, you know.
偉そうね、私。
I know I sound like a jerk.
でもこれは
I'm just trying to give you advice as a friend.
はっきりしてるのは
If there's one thing I know for certain,
19歳の今の
is that right now, 19-year-old Hashida is a pervert. That's it. Okay. But I'm also sure that now that Kurisu has brought it up, if Daru isn't being a perv, he probably would actually agree with her. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's complicated. I'm not sure how much of this conversation Daru is able to hear too, anyway. Seeing Makise Kurisu argue so vehemently with bloodshot eyes makes even a soldier like me wince. Oh dear.
この後父さ
I was planning on having Dad show me around Akihabara after this. Do you think that'll be okay?
そういうのなら問題
Zero
ない。
problems. As long as you don't get any further than linking arms with him. He probably won't spiral out of
あ
control.
いつもそこまで調子には乗らないでしょ。
Okay, got it.
腕を
So linking arms is fine.
でもそれ以上
But no
は
more
ダメ
than
よ。
that.
何を
Say
言わ
no,
れようと
no
どう
matter
すること
what.
うん
Okay. I know Makise Kurisu is saying this because she's worried about me. That's why I decided to obediently follow her advice. So, I kinda sorta can't get out of the shower right now, but with you being there and all, Makiseshi, I got the feeling if I tried, I'd be seeing red. Oh dear. Oh, right. Although, to be perfectly honest, just imagining what you do to me makes me kind of want to risk my life. Stay in the shower, you goddamn perv. Okabe eventually shows up at the lab. Dad starts loudly snoring on the sofa, so I decide to head out and kill some time. Wonder what I should do until he wakes up. Dad already agreed to contact me once he's up and about again. It wouldn't be right to wander Aki about it until then, but there's not much else to do either. How about we do something about that outfit of yours? After arriving at the station, Omega says something strange. What do you mean? I know he's just dad, but it is sorta like a date, right? Wearing a jersey on a date is kinda eh. Seriously? Seriously serious. But it's vintage from the 70s. I think the word you're looking for is old. It might be a jersey, but it's no ordinary one. I wanted Omega to understand that, but she cuts me down right away. It's more of a disguise, right? To blend in once you go back to the 70s. Not even betas on my side. Gah. You're quite the looker, so you should wear something cute. You're one to talk. Is that weird coming from me? Pretty weird. How so? I think it's rather axiomatic. That word again? Omega looks displeased. She grimaces at even slightly difficult vocabulary words. Okay, but same. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is Dad's not gonna see the difference between a good or a bad jersey. You think so? She's probably right. Dad's always wearing the same sorts of clothes. He doesn't seem like the type to know much about fashion. Oh, but he does like spats. Really? I overheard him talking to himself about how much he loves them. And then maybe I should try and put on the focus on them. I try raising my jersey a little, but it doesn't make much of a difference. Oh boy, mail. That's from Kurisu. I personally think you should just wear something cute. Keep it simple. Yeah, let's see. Complaints. Hello, Amane-san. This is Makise. Pretty sure this is our first time talking over email. Anyway, Okabe's been complaining for a while now about how Hashida doesn't deserve a daughter like you. I pretty much agree. Oh no. Howdy, Kurisu Makise. I never would have guessed in a million years that we had ended up exchanging contact info. The past me. Well, I guess the future from me would get also shocked. I'd probably stick a knife into you, and I can't see the rest of the message again. God damn it. Yeah, fucking howdy. No. I wonder if I can maybe scroll through it here? Aha! I can scroll through it here. Yes. The past me well. I guess the future me from this time period would be so shocked. I'd probably stick a knife into my hand. Oh no! But I don't own any clothes like that. I have no clue what's cute and what isn't. I can help you coordinate. Let's go check out some stores. I don't even know where to start looking. I was never planning on coming to 2010 in the first place. If only there were four-style stores in this era. You don't remember Suzu ever using howdy before? Did you say that because Kurisu's whole thing is being from the US? I don't know.
4スタイル
Four styles.
私が好きなブランド
It's one of my favorite brands. It's in Shibuya, but the area and world line are different here. It might not exist yet.
2010年にはまだ存在してないかも渋谷か
Shibuya, huh? That's a little too far to go on a whim. I checked the route map at the station. On the Yamanote loop line, Shibuya is on the exact opposite side of Akihabara. It's in the western part of the 23 wards. Even on a bike, getting there would take somewhere between 30 minutes to an hour one way.
時間もったいないからとり
You
あ
don't
え
have a
ず
ton of time, so let's take the train.
電車で行くの
The train? Why not just bike it?
私たち
We can't ride bikes, duh.
だったら無理して行か
There's no reason to force ourselves to go then. Besides, I'm not exactly thrilled at the prospect of getting cute clothes. I don't want to travel across town on unreliable information either.
なんでそんなにやる
Why are you so lazy, Alpha? Omega calls me out.
父さんスパッ
Dad likes spats, right? And I don't see why I have to. I try objecting, but Omega interjects. Don't you want Dad to think you're cute, Alpha? She's cutting right to the chase. But being asked that sort of thing outright is a little embarrassing. That's, well, yeah, but... Then just do as I say. Okay. Which means first things first. I have to figure out how to ride the train. After that, I follow Omega's orders. I rode the train as told, searched the 4 stores as told, and bought clothes as told. Right around the time we finished shopping, Dad called, so we headed back to Akihabara. Oh my. Whoa, Suzuha, what's going on with that outfit? You're crazy mole. It was a really cute outfit. One of the ghosts told me to do it. Do I look weird? No. Ghost Ton's got killer taste in clothes, so she had you wear this. Good job. You're living a pretty normal life in Omega's world line, so... I'm not Omega, I'm Suzuha. Don't make things complicated. Whoa, no wonder she knows all about my fetishes. Stop. By fetishes, do you mean the things you like? I need a moment. Like, not wrong, but context. You know? Sure. Why not? Alright, that's fine. Kurisu should have sat her down. Yeah, oh well. By the way, Suzuha. What is it? You're looking super cute today. No. Was that creepy? Aww. No, not at all. It's just that nobody's ever said that to me before. I was surprised. That's right. Nobody had ever said that to me. By the time I was aware of my surroundings, Dad was long gone. I never got to hear him compliment me even once. Aww. See? Aren't you glad you listened to me? Omega's completely right. Everything she said turned out to be true. Yeah, I am. The time we spent together after that exchange honestly feels like a dream. I know I've had it with him before, but the Sanpo beef bowl we had together for lunch takes? I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be tastes. Tastes even better than it did that other time.
父さん
Dad,
手をつ
do you mind if we hold hands? Sure, I don't mind, but actually, feel free to do whatever you want. Like I said, Kirisi told me not to go any further than linking arms. She doesn't have to know. Aw, dude.
それもそうだね
Good point. How about skipping the hands and going straight to linking arms?
そうだね
Sounds good to me. Instead we decided to link arms, but... Whoa. That cell phone suddenly rings. Oh, it's a message from Makiseshi. Dad shouts in surprise after reading the email. Curse you, Makiseshi! Where are you? You're watching us, aren't you? He suddenly starts looking around frantically.
どうしたの
What's wrong? Makiseshi just emailed me saying she'll kill me if we think she won't find out.
すごいタイム
How timely. I also immediately get a message. Oh dear. You too, Amane-san. That includes you. Don't let your dad get too carried away.
マキセクリス
Looks like she intends to kill me too.
みたい
I've been thinking this for a while now, but she's one crazy lady. With her arms still linked, I can tell Dad's actually scared. But I personally feel more relaxed. I might even be smiling a little.
これもマキセ
I wonder if this is Kurisu's Makise's way of getting revenge. I can read. For what?
私
I once tried to kill her in the future. She becomes the enemy of humanity known as the Time Machine Mother.
タイムマシンの母って呼ばれてて人類そのことで昨日
I apologized to her for it yesterday, but I wonder if she's the type to hold grudges. Nokorine asked her something similar before, and she said she wasn't. She just has a better memory than most is all. That sounds like something she'd say. I chuckle, but Dad doesn't follow along. He suddenly goes silent and looks down.
どうしたの父さん
What's wrong, Dad?
私
Did I say something
変なこ
weird?
と言った
I can't figure out the reason for his sudden silence. I remembered something.
思い出した
Remembered? I retraced my memories in an attempt to find the cause for his reaction.
タイムマシン
It's about the time machine, right? I arrived at the answer almost immediately. Yeah.
修理してる時に
You heard about it from Beta while repairing it, didn't you? Yeah. I don't have to confirm what he heard. I already know. That the time machine can only go back to the past. In other words, once I travel to 1975, I can't ever come back. You're leaving for the past today, aren't you?
なんでわかったの
How'd you know? Mayuri? That's good. Suzu-san, I heard everything. I'm so glad you found your dad. I'm even crying a little. Enjoy your date with Daddy-kun. Oh. How'd you know? Because you wouldn't have asked me to show you around Akiba if you weren't.
さすが父さん
I guess I can't pull one over you, Dad. Do you really have to go, Suzuha? Yeah.
レジスタ
And
ン
it's
ス
the
の
only
タ
time
イム
machine the
マ
Resistance had.
あの1台だけだから
Hey, do you think you can give me a little time?
時間
Time. It's a time machine, so you can delay your departure and still get to 1975, right?
ううん。
No can do. It's not all powerful. And the longer I'm here, the higher the possibility of causing an irreparable time paradox. But there's no guarantee it'll happen. It's not a risk I can take. I'm sure you of all people understand that, Dad. And what do you need time for anyway? I'm going to perfect the time machine. What? I heard all about it from Ghost Town and her world line. They have time machines that can travel to the future. Then shouldn't it be possible to modify yours? Probably not. But why? In this specific world line, you can't build a time machine capable of going to the future. That's just the way the world line converges. Here, no matter what we do, CERN will complete their time machine, leading to the realization of their dystopia monopolization of all time travel devices. The sole exception is the one you leave behind in the future. But if you go back, you'll never see us again. Me, Okarin, Makaseshi, Mayurishi, Ferristan, Lukashi, Kiryushi. That's the list that each name like is recalling them, one by one. I steal my heart as best I can. I'll see everyone soon enough. Even though I know it's a lie. Once I go back, I'll never see Dad or the others ever again. I already know why. I'm going to the past, remember? Once I get there, I'll start my new life. I'll be over the age of 50, but I'll still be around in this era. But I have to convince him otherwise. If I don't, he's only going to worry even more than he already is now. If he found out he'd never be able to see me again, he'd try and stop me. Right. Heck, we might have already met. I could be someone you know super well, going by a different name. Even if that is true, why would you use a different name? Creating a time paradox is always a possibility when it comes to meeting your past self. When I go back to the past, then me here in this era will be the only one left. I'm sure she'll probably reveal her real name at that point. Or maybe since we're having this conversation here right now, the me of this era won't appear until after I'm long gone. That's the kind of person I am. I can guarantee it. Yeah. Ned is trying his hardest to accept what I'm saying. He's doing everything he can. But even I can tell he's never going to be fully convinced. The theory's still just only a theory. You're a nice guy, Dad. What? I'd always thought you were a more logical sort of person. Someone who strictly follows scientific theory and nothing else, I guess. You were also smart enough to go and build a time machine, so I figured you stuck your guns no matter what. Which is why I always thought we weren't much alike. I'm supposed to be a soldier in the resistance, and yet when the sniper rifle landed in my hands for a mission, I couldn't pull the trigger. Are you talking about Makaseshi? I think you made the right choice by not shooting. Yeah. I feel the same way now. I'm glad I didn't kill Makise Kurisu. Talking to her made me realize that she wasn't some evil supervillain. But back then, I never would have imagined that I'd come to feel that way. I failed that mission, and because of me, many of my comrades in arms died. I killed my comrades. 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 I felt that way for a long, long time. I refused to let their deaths be in vain. That's why I traveled to the past. I got on the time machine that Dad left behind and traveled back in order to obtain the IBM 5100. But I decided to take a detour in this era. Dad threw away everything important to him in order to build this time machine, or this machine, whatever. And yet I used it for my own selfish reasons. I doubt Dad would have been able to do something. I doubt Dad would have done something so illogical. I can read. That's what I always thought. But now I know. Dad knew. He knew I'd come to meet him. That's why he entrusted the time machine to me. Dad lived his life in hiding from CERN so he could send me off like this. Dad knew. He knew that I'd meet him here like this. That's why I'm sure Dad's. But now, I think we're pretty similar. Dad wasn't born a strong person. The world that CERN created made him that way. I'm not completely following you, but of course my daughter would be like me, SMH. Which is why I'm going back to the past, even if you try to stop me. Yeah. So how's about we avoid talking about this gloomy stuff for today? After our conversation, that doesn't bring up the time machine again. This is a really cute CG. I doubt that's because he made peace with my choice. That's not something he'll ever make peace with. But he tried his best to smile the whole time we were together. Occasionally his mask would slip, but he tried his hardest. Dad really is a kind person. Thanks so much for today, Dad. By the time our Akihabara tour comes to an end, the sunset illuminates the sky. I got a lot of bonuses out of it, so I should be the one saying thanks. Bonuses? Yeah, like how I found out your boobs are way bigger than I thought. Plus I could feel them pressing against my elbow through your clothes. God damn it, Daru. Show a little restraint, you damn pervert. Neither of us had noticed Makise Kurisu's arrival. She shoots Dad a fearsome glare. And here I was, happy that the two of you made it back without incident. Already back to sexual harassment? My bad. Amane-san. He didn't make you do anything other than link arms, did he? Nope. I don't think there's anything you need to worry about. Probably. I'm not sure I like the way you worded that. He was really gentle. I assume you don't mean that in the pervy way. Not the pervy way. Makise Kurisu continues to eye Dad suspiciously even after I answer her questions. Are you sure? Positive. Alright, fine. Makise Kurisu then turns to me. But she doesn't say anything. What is it? It's nothing. Next to me, it's not nothing. I was just wondering if you got to have your father dote on you like you wanted. But don't get the wrong idea. It's not that I was worried about you or the fact that you were with this perv.
なとか思ったわけでもない。
そんなこと思ってたんだ。
So you were worried.
違うってば。
I absolutely was not.
十分すぎるほど
I think I
甘えた
got what I wanted.
さ、
I see.
それならいい
That's
よ。
good to hear.
マキセクリス、
Makise Kurisu.
君はいいやつ
You're a
だ
good
ね。
person.
だから、
I'm pretty sure I told you yesterday not to
昨日も
say
聞いたは
stuff
ず
like
なんです
that.
けど。
それが分かって
I'm honestly so glad that I finally realized it for myself. Even if I'm a little late. If I had been forcing my image of her future self over her present self, I probably would have come to that realization much sooner.
私も
I'm just relieved that our little misunderstanding's been cleared up. She shoots me a smile.
今晩
You're leaving tonight, right? I'm surprised by her question.
なんで知ってるの？
How did you know?
やっぱり
I knew
そう
it.
なのね。
I am right.
ブラフか。
It was a bluff.
理屈屋の君
Can't
らし
say I
くない
expected you to
やり
use a
口だね。
tactic like that.
黙って出て行こうと
I
思ってる
figured
人
that
を
since
相
you're
手
the
にすれ
type
ば
to just vanish
証拠
into
がそれ
thin
な
air
のか
without
持ってない
saying
な
a
いと判
word,
断するとき
I didn't have time to wait around assembling evidence before reaching a conclusion.
そうだね。
I guess you're right.
あのタイムマシーン
That time machine can only go back to the past, huh? I look at Dad in response to her question. But he silently denies it.
これもただの推論
This is just a hypothesis, of
行っても
course.
すぐ戻
You
ってこ
could
られる
immediately
の
come
は
back after
こ
leaving.
の橋田と
You
デ
wouldn't
ート
have gone
の
on a
し
date with Hashida.
もしかして
Were you thinking about us all day?
私たちのこと考えてたの？
そんな
Of course not. I only needed a few seconds to come up with the simple.
数秒で
考えてたんだね。
You were thinking about us the whole time, weren't you? Well,
まあ
I guess you could say that.
それでずっと
And you were
見守って
watching
くれて
over
たん
us
だね。
too.
見守ってはいない
I
けど
wasn't. But if you two were even a little late, I was thinking of sending you another email.
二人は親子なんだから
Since you're father and daughter,
いい雰囲気
it'd
に
be
な
a
ってる
big
のは
problem
あ
if
る
the
でしょ
two of you did.
一般
Well,
論として
you know, just common sense.
サンキュー。
Thank you,
マキセ
Makase Kurisu. I realized that if I hadn't come to this era, I would have never said those words my entire life. To think that I feel gratitude toward her of all people. If my friends in the resistance saw me now, they'd probably pass out. And I can see it now.
どういたしまして
You're welcome.
最後に
I'm truly glad that I was able to see you again. At the end.
最後
At the end?
あなた
You aren't going to see Okabe
岡
and
部
the
たちに
others?
会っていかないの
No.
さすがに
If I
決心
did,
が鈍
it
る
just
から
caused me to have second thoughts.
じゃあ
Then,
しょうがないわ
I
ね
guess you've made your decision then.
岡部たちに
I'll
は
explain things to Okabe and the rest of the crew.
その必要はない
I
かも
thought
しれ
that
な
would
い
be
けどね。
necessary.
え
Why?
私は過去へ行く。
I'm just heading back to the past.
私がい
Once
な
I'm
くなれ
gone,
ば
the me in this area will probably show up right away.
みんなの前に現れるよ。
希望的
That's some
観測
overly
に過
wishful
ぎるわ
thinking right there.
でもそういう
But I
の
don't dislike it.
嫌いじゃない
少しのお別れだよ。
This is just bye for now. Makase Kurisu. She called it overly wishful thinking, but I know full well that it's all a lie. The me who went to the past is already dead. And even if we were able to see each other again, it'd be in the very limited time of this world line. Should my mission succeed, everything from past to future would be reconstructed on a different world line. But maybe that'd be for the best. Even if it's just for a brief time. Even if our memories would vanish during the reconstruction. The truth remains that we were able to meet.
少しのお別れね
See you soon,
姉さん
Amane-san. After hearing her words, I turned toward my dad. I'm sure Makise Kurisu does as well.
父さんともちょっ
This
と
is
の
just
間
bye
のお
for
二
now,
人だ
Dad. I can feel my chest tighten. Yeah. Dad probably realizes that this world line needs to disappear. Suzuha, can I say one last thing?
何
What is it? I'm prepared for the worst. Heck, I saw Dad hold himself back from saying something all day today. But instead, you were adorable today, but your dad prefers the usual Suzuha. No. His words are completely different from what I had expected. I was ready to hear something tremendously sad, but instead I'm filled with happiness.
じゃあ何
I
も
guess all
悩
that
まなくて
worrying
よか
was
った
for
んだね
nothing. He prefers the usual me. And just like that, Dad had erased all of my hesitation. My clothes weren't the only thing I never had to worry about. I can only live the way I know how. And I'm sure that's because I'm my dad's daughter. Beta is running the final checks. And mail. Okabe. Where are you? Where are you right now? Tell me when you plan to leave this time period. No. Thanks. Goodbye. Bye. I'm the one who broke the time machine, but Beta and Dad fixed it. I told her I couldn't hold her responsible if she couldn't do it, but Beta showed me her determination to fulfill her promise. Just like a true soldier. Honest and straightforward about the mission. Not too long ago, I probably would have longed to be just like her.
服のこと
Did I go too far with the
余計な
clothes?
ことしたのかな
Meanwhile, the other me is worried about something completely unrelated.
そんなことない
No way. You were a huge help.
でも父さん
But Dad said he
いつも通
prefers the
りの
usual
鈴葉の方がいい
Suzuha.
っていつも通りじゃん
Are you kidding me?
私だって恥ずかし
If I
くて
was my
腕
usual
なんて
self,
組めなかった
I'd have
し
been way too embarrassed to
ちょっ
link
と
arms
別人
with
気分
him.
だから
There are some
思い切
things
れ
you
る
can
って
only
こと
do
もある
because you
じゃん
feel like a different person.
そうかな
You think so?
それに最後
Besides,
くらい
I want him to
可
call
愛
me
いって褒め
cute
ら
at
れた
least
かったんだ
once. I'm really grateful for all your help.
君には
There's no way I
感
could
謝
have
してる
picked out such a cute outfit.
私には
I wouldn't have even
可愛
thought
い
to
服を
try
選
and
べ
find
なか
one
っ
in
た
the
し
first place.
そもそも着ようとすら思えなかったからなら
I'm glad to hear that. Omega happily accepts my explanation, and Beta approaches the two of us. I don't think this is a coincidence. She must have been watching our conversation.
点検終わったよ
The final checks are complete, Alpha. Great.
ありがとう
Thank you for everything you've
何
done.
から何までうん
It's no
できる
problem.
ことを
I
した
just
だけ
did
だ
what I
から
could. Beta then stares at me.
何
What is it?
一つ
Might I make a suggestion?
いいけど
Sure. Be my guest. I wonder what she's going to say after all our time together.
このタイムマシン
Can I use the time
私
machine
が乗って行って
instead?
もいい君が
Wait,
乗っていくの
what?
どうせ戻れない旅なら
I've been thinking.
私が行く方がいい
If this is a
かな
one-way trip,
ずっと考
I
え
should
て
be
た
the
ん
one
だ
to go.
アルフ
That
ァ
would be a mess without you here,
君がいなくなる
Alpha.
と父さんが悲しむよ私だって
I'm Amane Suzuha just as much as you are.
違
Our
う
world
世界
lines might be
線とはいえ
different, but I have no intention of making my dad sad. Compared to Omega, Beta never really expressed herself much. Maybe that's why it feels like I'm hearing her own words for the first time.
この世界線では
I might be like
私
a
は幽
ghost in
霊
this
みたいな
world
もの
line,
だけど
but I was still able to
修理も
perform
できたし
repairs.
過去
I
に
should be
戻
able
った
to
な
get
ら
my hands on
あ
that
あいうよう
IBM
にご製品を
5100 if
手
I
に入れ
go
るこ
back
と
to
だ
the
ってで
past.
きると思うありがとう
Thanks,
Beta.
Beta. Her offer generally makes me happy. She doesn't want to make Dad sad. She wants to help me stay here. Whomst? Oh, Kurisu. Bye. Be careful. I hope we can see each other again. Oh.
でも
But I'm going. I can't accept her offer. I've already made up my mind. Although I suppose this was always the original plan.
どうして
But why?
まず第一
Well, the first problem is that it's impossible.
君ももう一人
You and the other me are
私
my
のゴーストで
ghosts.
しかないんだ
I think you're both possible versions of me created through my own
別
hesitation.
の可能性の私だと思うから君だけが過去に
I don't think you'd be able to go back to the past and complete my mission.
きっと私だけ
But there's always the chance that
父さんが残してくれた
this is the only time machine that Dad left
これ一
behind.
台だけ
The risk of sending you alone to the
君一人だ
past
け
is just
過去
too
に生きる可
high.
能性にかけるにはリスクが高すぎそれに
And
君には
besides,
君
you
の
have your
世界
own
線
role
に
to
は
play in
使命
your
がある
world line.
私の世界線
My
には
own role
使
to
命
play.
私一人じゃ
If I was
解けちゃう
alone,
道のりだった
my journey would have ended
だから
now.
二人が
But because of the both of you were here,
そ
I
れで
have the chance to write
私は十
things.
分だよ
I can't have you shoulder any more of the
残りは
burden than
君
you
に
already
肩代わり
have.
してもらえるとして
That's why
も
I'm going to the past.
私はやっぱ過去に行くそれでも君が
If you still
過
insist
去
on
に行くって言う
traveling
なら
back in time, then the most I can offer you is
だったら
that we
一緒
go
に行こうが
together.
最大の情報でも
But I'm fairly certain that you'd both disappear on the way there. You just go back to the
あるべ
world
き世
lines
界
where
線
you
に戻ってい
belong.
くと思う
As if to prove my point, Beta and Omega both flicker and disappear for a moment. They were like ghosts to begin with, but now their existence have grown even more unstable.
実を言うと
To be completely honest, I've been having a hard time just hearing your voice for a while now.
多分
I think you're right.
君の言う通
I'm
り
being sent back to my world
私
line.
は私の世界線に戻ろうとしてるんだろうそれに気づいてるなら
If you already
なんで
figured
自
that
分が
much
行く
out,
なんて言った
then
の
why did you make the offer? Just contradicting herself. She can feel herself being pulled back to her own world line, and yet she offered to go to the past on her own.
ねえアルファ
Hey, Alpha,
君は
did you ever put any thought into what you'd do if I couldn't fix the time machine?
とは思わなかった思わなかったけど
Nope. I answer her question, wondering why she asked to one without answering mine first.
私がタイムマシン
If I
を
wasn't
修理
able
でき
to
なかった
repair
ら
the time machine,
君は
you would have had to remain in this era,
この
regardless
時代
of
に
your
とどまる
intent.
しかなかった
You realize that, right?
それはわかるよね君は
I can tell you're
私の
worried
ことを
about
心
me.
配してくれてるんだね
I finally understand what Beta is trying to say. And it makes me realize that I'm the sort of person who only sees people at the surface level. I convinced myself that I knew who Makise Kurisu, Dad, and the other versions of me were.
私は
What I'm trying to say is that I think you should stay here.
私は
I always saw you as the perfect soldier, but you really are Amane Suzuha too.
でも私は自分のことは
I'm
納
at
得し
peace
てる
with myself. If I can be a foundation for the
未来
future,
の礎にな
that's
れるな
enough
ら
for
それで
me.
いい
I have no
その
hesitation,
ことに
no regrets.
迷いも後悔もないなら分かってほしい
Then I want you to understand that I'm at peace with this
私だって納
too.
得してる君とは違って
Unlike you,
寄り道
I
して
took a
迷った
detour. I
後悔もしちゃった
hesitated.
けど
I had regrets.
今は納
But I'm
得
at
してる
peace with things now. That's
こ
the
れは嘘
truth.
じゃない
To show her how serious I am, I look Beta right in the eyes. Beta's figure flickers and disappears again before returning.
やっと分かったんだ
I finally understand how Dad felt when he entrusted the
あ
time
の
machine
タイ
to
ムマ
me.
シンを託してくれたのか未来に戻れない
Building an incomplete time machine while hiding himself away
セ
from
リフと
CERN.
姿を隠しタイムマシンを作り続けたのか父さんは知ってたんだ
Dad knew.
私が寄
He
り
knew
道
that
する
I'd
こと
take a
も
detour.
私が
He
そこ
knew
で
that
迷
I'd
うことも
hesitate. But he still believed in me.
私
He
を
still
信じ
built
て
the
タイ
time
ムマシンを
machine.
作ってくれただから分かってほしい
So I want you to understand.
私は
I'm not going
いやいや言ったんじゃな
reluctantly.
い
I'm not going because it's the only way. I'm not going because I don't want my friends' deaths to be in vain or to atone for my sins. I'm not going to make Dad sad. You're going for yourself, aren't you? Beta's figure sways and flickers more violently. Exactly. I don't really get what's going on. What am I supposed to do? I didn't realize it until now, but Omega is crying. She seems to be getting emotional because she doesn't understand what Beta and I are talking about. I don't have a mission or anything. I go home, wake up in the morning, go to school. Upon seeing Omega crying, I realized that this girl really is I'm Suzuha too. An I'm Suzuha born into a peaceful world, living a peaceful life. We're working hard so that one day we can become you. What's that supposed to mean? I don't get any of this. Beyond my mission, a world line free of CERN's control awaits. But that world line isn't necessarily a peaceful one. Seeing how Beta is a soldier, I can tell. Even if the world line changes, other reasons could deny peace to the world. It's entirely possible that my mission will have had no meaning. But the existence of Omega shows that there's hope for a peaceful world line somewhere out there. That's right. She's hope itself. Just be happy. Live life to the fullest. Which is why that's all I can ask of her. I'm Suzuha, born into a peaceful world, living a peaceful life. As long as she's happy, the efforts of other I'm Suzuhas will have been worth it. You don't have to tell me to be happy. I'm only sad because you're saying all this weird stuff. But our feelings can't reach her right now. No, I doubt they ever will. She'll never know the struggles that the other I'm Suzuhas went through. But that's okay. She showed me that the end goal, what all of us want the most. Then just forget everything we said. Are you sure? If it keeps you happy, go for it. I'm going to the past for myself. There's no need to drag her into it. Okay. Her figure violently sways and flickers, then vanishes for about 2 seconds. 3, because there's also the narrator Suzuha. But hello Hifumichu, about time you joined us. Like, at the end. 3 Zuha. I'm only just realizing it, but her existence has also grown unstable. It also looks like she's stopped crying. There are still tears rolling down her cheeks, but I don't think there'll be fresh ones anytime soon. Oh, but can I say one more thing? As long as it's just one. Don't give Mom and Dad too much trouble, okay? You don't have to tell me. That's all I ask for. That's all I want. There was no reply. She's gone. Along with Beta, who should have been right beside me. Thanks for repairing this for me, Beta. I know I won't get an answer, but I continue anyway. You better get along with Mom and Dad, Omega. Think that I might still reach them. There's no usual, I'm not Omega, I'm Suzuha objection from Omega this time. Adios. We have got to be together for a brief period of time, but I'm glad I got to meet the both of you. I climb into the time machine by myself and boot up the system. The sounds of it whirring to life strike me as terribly nostalgic. It feels like it's been ages since I came to this era. I'm sure everything will work perfectly. All the sounds line up with what's in my memories. They might just be sounds, but they're reassuring to me now.
実はこの辺も
I
こだわ
wonder
っ
if
てた
Dad
けど
was
な
super fixated on this stuff too. I didn't give it much thought when I first used the time machine, but I remember it all perfectly. These reassuring sounds.
さあ
Time to get going. I stretch my body out and sit in the chair. My seatbelt fastened, and take a deep breath. I take a look at the control plan and confirm the target time. 1975, the year I first aimed for. There it is. It's time to resume my journey into the past, from which there will be no return. A journey filled with unknowns, one where I could very well fail and die. But I'm not afraid anymore.
FG204
FG204, second edition for,
えっと
what number was it again?
とにかく
Whatever.
発進
Take off.
すずは
Suzuha, it's time to get up. Mom, Yuki. I hear Mom's voice. The usual voice, saying the usual thing. Someone approaches me, planning to drag me out from under the covers.
は
Okay. I reply in order to stop them, pretending to be awake. But just pretending. Up until now, I'd usually stay in bed a few extra minutes.
ーい父さんと母さんのこと
Don't give Mom and Dad too much
あん
trouble,
まり困らせない
okay?
でね
But not today. I manage to drag myself out of bed before Mom comes to get me up. I make my way over to the living room.
あらどうしたの
No, what's this?
本当に起きてくる
You're
なんて
actually awake for once? Thanks to that, Mom is surprised. I get that I have no right to talk since I'm usually so bad about this, but her surprise is still irritating.
起きたらいけない
What? Should I have stayed in bed?
うん
Nope.
いつも来
It'd
る
be
ならすご
super
く
helpful if
助
you
か
can
るわ
make this a regular thing. But Mom's in a great mood. Is she that happy that I got myself up?
そう
I see. As always, I sit at the table where breakfast is laid out. Just like it always is. And my breakfast is ready just like it always is.
ね
Hey,
母さん
Mom. But I think this is the first time I've ever said this. Did she go to bed in her braids? It's normal to sleep with your hair in braids, Spooky.
食べ終わったら
Would it be okay if I took care of the dishes? Mom is once again shocked by my words. Only this time, I feel a little proud for some reason. How weird. Toast. Nope. Ghostly Rendezvous. That was cute. New world lines was discovered. I want to see what they are. Like who they are. Lukaku! My boy. Hermaphrodis in the labyrinth. Interesting. Mayuri, Eternal Polaris. And Moeka, the Quantum Awakening. Fascinating. So 6, 9. So then I guess they'll converge again to one last one. Probably Rintaro again? That's my guess. Because there's like a total of 10. The title for a Lukuka story is a bit on the nose. Yeah. I still would like to like just do like these between these two for next week. I'll probably do Mr. Braun first. Save Ferris for last, best for last sort of thing. And then probably after that Moeka, Lukaku, then Mayuri. And then No. We're not starting that right now. But then whatever is the last one. Yeah, okay. No thoughts, head empty. Okay, bye bye everyone.